Alright. Alright. Okay, let's see. What do I have to do for the day? Do a little share in there. My voyages. Just this other monitor. That's probably not. Let's see what's not. Alright. Sorry about that. I had to fix one of my monitors. This. Alright. Let's see what I have to do for the day. Got some trials. Oops. No. Trials. Wait for the breach. Countdown 7 hours. 7 hours. Let's see. Do my gang savviness. All my chests. Nothing too good. Need to max out on cigars as much as possible for the new season. Speed ups, speed ups, speed ups. I'm actually getting low on guild rep. I need to start working on that. $176, 4.8. What are we looking like for Trailblazer now? Man, some of these guys are pumping. They must be going hard with trinkets. The blue crystals you get from trinkets. I mean, doing something. He's only got 25 million power. I doubt he spent in gems. These guys are going hard. Their gang's ranked 3rd overall. I literally have like nothing else to contribute. I'm not blowing all my resources. That's for sure. That is for sure. Alright, enough of trailblazing. Did I finish my daily? You know, I could do while waiting. Port 7 doesn't have a black market, does it? It does not. Alright, let's find out where's the closest black market trade in Season 1. They have a black market. They do not have a black market. They don't have a black market. They do, but that's too far away. Try over here. Nope. Yes. Nope. 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 Well. Oh, yes, there we go. Bloodseed, Alyssa. So let's teleport to you. Come down here. I have so many black market certificates to use. They need to really set up like an auto trading for black market instead of just manually doing it. I know it's like, oh, you need to manually do it and you get more gold. It still sucks. Alright, so black market. Yeah, 2.8k of these things. Let's see. Here. Right, while he's traveling. have some streaks I can kind of do. I want to use them all at once, though. Slideshow did say he could beat me again. I did beat him here. Let's see what that looked like. Man, my healing ship is just getting rocked. It stayed alive though to his 4 there. His Cutthroat is still alive, and I'm guessing that's his healing ship over there, still alive. Yeah, it's definitely his healing ship over there. I wonder what's going to die first, his flagship or his healing ship. Oh, look at all them crits. Big crits, big crits. 300,000. That's the 417,000. See what that looked like in our report. I wonder who did all. Ooh, Luna's still pumping. She is still pumping really well. Really, really well. Kojo's not so far behind. Happy Clown tried to hit me. What did I do to him? Not bad. Well, I don't really want to hit you again, Slideshow, but I'll hit you once for now. See what you have in your tank. He actually did pretty good against me. Holy moly. He beat me there. Let's see what that looked like. I still did my damage. I mean, pretty good. I can't complain about the healing. I think his strategy. His Cutthroat did well. His strategy ship did pretty good damage as well, but what? Did he change anything on his Cutthroat? Usually it's not as high as damage. No, he's got the. Interest. I mean, he's still rocking Sovereign. He wasn't lying. He was not lying. Still rocking Sovereign at everything. Huh. Very, very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Market. Do. Alright. So, I guess I can do some rumbles too while waiting. Hello, Fire Gaming. How are you today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day on this Thursday afternoon. Or is it Thursday for me? Slow this up too so you guys can 2 times it. Bones is such a freaking awesome hero. One of the original OGs. Big man does not want to die. Stay down. Stay down, big man. Ah, he changed his name back. Now he's Fire Pew Pew again. I really hope the meta changes up for this. It's pretty much the same. You kind of see everyone with the same kind of heroes. I'd like to see a little bit more counters back and forth between the heroes. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Oof. I don't know if I can beat him or not. Probably not. I don't have the trinkets he has. I do not have the trinkets. Trinkets are so strong. Very, very strong. Our gang is also heading to Season 3. We are done with Season 2, and we have 3 players with 53 million and a level 35 ship like you. But not having any big power, I am 26.7 million power and level 28 ship. So you guys just did your settlement? So you're just waiting to get into Season 3? I'm guessing. We also have 3 players. So, yeah, I'm guessing you're saying you have 3 players in your gang with 53 million power. So, I mean, that's about average. I mean, we have a few of those. I can show you our leaders in a second. Right here, we got one guy at 57 million power. Slideshow's at 54. I'm at 53, and then it kind of starts going down a little bit. 45 million power in the 40s, and then the 38s. But you're sitting at 26 million power. I mean, that's not awful. That's still really strong. And if there's enough of you guys and you're active, people sitting at like 53 million power cannot do anything. A good solid 4 people with like 26 million power can do a lot of damage to a level 35 with a guy sitting at 53 million power. I've seen it so many times. I even ran into it. If you guys just stay really close to each other and don't get pulled out individually, that shouldn't be an issue for you guys. I mean, power can only do so much, and where it really shows off is when we can pull you apart from your group. But if you stay in a group, we really can't do a whole lot, which is really nice. It's a good mechanic. Yeah, we only have 3 guys with 35, level 35 flagships. And I literally, Slideshow and myself, we literally just hit 35 last night. I mean, we already had the stuff. We just didn't think we had to hit the button. But since we're going to Season 3, we said we might as well just hit the button to hit 35. Laguna, 32. I mean, once you hit 31 flagship, I mean, that's where the real power is. That's where you get the big jump again because you get your other additional ship. and then it's kind of a struggle to fill that ship, especially if you don't have a lot of kanjis and heroes and trinkets. So yes, it's a big power boost, but until you can actually put heroes on that ship, level it all the way up to your other ships to get all your other heroes on there and all the trinkets, it can cost a lot, and it takes a lot of time. But from anything after 31 is just showing how much money you really spent and how much time you have in the game. Really, 31's really the really want to get to, and after that, it doesn't really matter at the moment unless they add something else in the game. Unless they add something else, because I struggled even with my Stormbringer ship, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But right now, this is my best option I have right here. Let's see. Our server is 146. Oh, so we might see you guys soon. I mean, maybe next season if you guys keep your power and activity going. Is there any chance of meeting? Yeah. So yeah, we're at 4.8, I think. Gang. Yeah, we're at 4.8. So we could definitely see you. It all comes down. So after a lot of people aren't familiar with this, so any servers before server 80, they did them in order. So like the first three servers would go against each other, and it would just go, 35, 36, 37, and then the next groupage would be like 40, 41, 42, 43. But after after server 80, they changed that all up, and now they take a couple things into consideration. Now it's powers of gangs, their activity, if is it mostly just like one gang or is there multiple active gangs? They kind of take some things into consideration with grouping, which is nice because we're going against right here. So this next coming season, we're grouped up with server 98, 100, a 111, 114, 117, and 118. So, starting to stagger out a little bit. The other gangs that we look like we're going against look pretty strong. I mean, they're not weak. So I think there's a way I can see them again. Let's see. If I go to leaderboard, can I click on these? Like Sin, they're sitting at 4.8. I don't know why it says G, but it should be like billion, just like ours. They're sitting around the same roster size, if they're active. I imagine they are. So they're about literally the same size as we are, which is nice. EMP Empire is, let's see, 3.9 billion. Pretty close to the same roster size, a little bit smaller, but, and again, the power doesn't really matter a lot. If you can have more active players than the bigger gangs, you're going to be better. If with vibing, as you guys know probably already, if you're already past your first season, it's all about how many people you can keep in the circle. So if you have, say, the strongest gang only has 20 people show up for Port 7 fight, and you have 100 people show up, the vibing is going to go up for you and not them. And if as long as you can keep people in the circle, you're going to win. So activity is far superior than actual power. That's awesome, Fire Gaming that US were able to do that. We didn't have that luck. We were fighting. So we had a kind of like alliance where we had to split up between the three gangs. So everyone was going to have a Port 6, and then we had an agreement that since we were kind of the stronger gang, that we would keep the other gang out of the middle. And the allies that we had at the time, they decided to backstab us, and all three gangs that also the one that we were trying to keep out of the middle ganged up on us. So it was a 3v1. I think we did pretty well. I mean, we held out. We still got a Port 5, so nothing to complain about, but it definitely sucks getting backstabbed. But things have gotten better. The gang that we were fighting with on our own server, we finally came together and made one gang with all our active fighters. So this season's going to be completely different. So we'll see how it goes. We're pretty excited. A lot of changes happened in the last 3 days. A lot of this all happened in 3 days. So we had pretty much 2 separate gangs that were fighting it constantly. All right, man. You enjoy your sleep. It was thanks for coming out and hanging out, Fire Gaming, and good luck in your season 3 whenever it starts. Hopefully it goes as good as your season 2 did, and maybe see you in season 4. For the hand up puppet. Of course. Still don't know who's controlling who. Who needs gold? We have the rum. Controlling both. Who jumps up? So the keyboard, it makes my computer do things. Yeah. Alright. Oops, I'm probably back in port a long time ago. Is it better? It's what? It's 139, right? And then for selling it to the black market, it's 128. So I thought. So want to buy auto trading. Hey Jack Sparrow. Do I have the season 3 guild patterns for the sales already? Yes. At least I did. I think I still have them on. So let's go take a look at that. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Come on. Go to my sales. Paintbrush pattern. So I have the bird, or the mockingjay, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I do. This one's. I didn't have this one the other day. I think that's the one, the third one, and then the elephant. Because I've been using it because I've already have my season 3 guild rep up. So if I go to here, guilds. Oh, so it's not even. I don't have the sunrise one, so I still do not have that one. I was able to get the mockingjay and the elephant one pretty early, but as you just saw, I still don't have the sunrise pattern yet, so I don't have them all. And I did hear, I think someone in our gang said they only had one flag that they were able to put up. So to answer your question, yes and no. I have 2 out of the 3, and I'm almost respectful out of this one. I've already or what is it? Yeah, reverence on that one, kind of quarter way there, and then nothing on the sunrise one because I don't have the flag for it. Most of my gangs have it, but some don't, and we try to figure out how to get it. I did not. It literally, I did nothing special. I remember someone saying it in the gang that they had the pattern, and then I looked, and then it just showed up. To be honest with you, I really think it's just a glitch in the game that I really feel like it shouldn't be showing up yet because I mean that's just a huge advantage to people. Um, so I really think it's just a mess up in the game. So it's either some people got lucky, some people did not. It's a great head start. I mean, hopefully it doesn't mess up the rewards. Um, I know another streamer, Numbers Bob, had some early, and he said he kind of stopped because he was afraid of it. But I don't know if he ever said that anyone actually experienced losses of rewards for already being so far ahead on it. But it is nice for the extra rewards. But yeah, I appreciate that start because I was so far behind last. We were doing so much fighting last season that I was so far behind because like you couldn't even like auto trade half the time, or you were going to be sunk. So I was always so far behind, and I just finished, but like I think a week before the season settlement ended. So and that was with our you know black council rewards. I actually was able to get our gang leader to change me from stargazing to increase relationships by trading by 10%, and that really helped a lot to get me there. Or I don't think I would have been really struggling. The game can be buggy. It definitely can, and I think there's a lot of changes they've been doing, and there's a lot of changes that they do that they don't even report in patch notes or tell anybody. Another one that I just found out yesterday, which unfortunately I just did it and I can't show you, but the 12-hour little puzzle pieces for gang members. If you try to go for the VIP heroes now, you don't get the little hero pieces anymore. You just get nothing. So if you're trying to go for the VIP heroes on your 12-hour one under your Voyage of the Four Seas, you're not going to get them anymore. And that was not in the patch notes. It was just a hidden change that didn't tell anybody. So kind of be aware of that. And I did hear in Season 3, I haven't got to experience it, but the quick, so like when you use your compass to like do your treasures, I heard that something they've changed with the instant. So I don't know if it was just for treasures or doing the flags, the quick exploration, but I heard they changed something in Season 3 for this, and I haven't got to test out myself. I made 40 million before level 28, and after getting level 28, I was having 28 million, and I managed to get 2.8 million. For the guilds, or was that just straight up gold you were getting from trading? It was definitely easier in Season 1 to get gold. Season 2 was super tough to get gold by trading, at least for our experience and how our Season 2 went. But if that's what you're talking about, that 2.8 million, if you're getting that in gold a day, that was really good. That's really, really good. Black market trading venue. I really wish auto trading was for black market. I have so many of these things to do. So many. I have 2.6K still to do. Still also need to get rid of a lot of the stamina. I don't know if you guys have been storing up. So if you're about to go to Season 3, just to give you guys a heads up of what I've been stacking. You're gonna need, especially if you're gonna get a legendary ship, if you're gonna be building or buying your ship and you get a legendary, you're definitely gonna need planks. To go from like 1 to level 35 in a legendary ship, it's like over 500 planks you need. I think I forgot the number. I know it's in the 500s. So you should be stacking your planks for sure. And then if you have quite a few legendary heroes, cigars are going to be the huge choke point. Like I'm only sitting on 422, and we had a gang mate do it. So like out of like the 12 heroes that you're going to need at least, and even not even counting like Rogue Rumbles and Trial heroes, it's like over 1,000 cigars you're going to need. And especially with the new heroes as well, to level them all the way up to 80 to 100, it's going to take a ton of cigars. So cigars going into the next seasons is the huge choke point going to be for a lot of people. A lot of people. So kind of keep that in mind when you're doing your Baron shop. It's like anytime cigars and planks are in there, it's like a must buy. If you're trying to use gems to the best as you can use them, because it is a huge. Oh, looks like mine's actually up. So let's see what we have. So like anytime I see anything, like if they're up there, I'm buying them. Like if 10% is better than paying full price for gems on them, so I'm instantly buying them. And then cigars is 100% buy for the golden ones. Planks again, 10%. I don't need the purple ones. I'm only gonna have like one purple ship, and I have enough. So I'm not stacking the purple planks, just the gold and gold cigars. It's 50%. Heck yeah. No cigars though, so that's rough. I mean, I need cigars over planks right now by a lot. By a lot. But I was getting 3 million every day from Copper Island to one island. I didn't remember the name, but it takes 6 hours and 6 minutes, but it gives 1.1 million at the end of the trade for 2 million. That's awesome. I'm guessing that's probably where you maxed guild rep as well. So I'm sure that you've probably played into it. And like I said, I was the last week I finally finished my guild rep, so I was definitely struggling. All right, last one. Cigars, 40% off. Huge win. And always speed ups. I always buy gold. I always buy ore when it's at 60% off too. But that's just me. Not a really necessity. But you're always gonna make more wood than ore. That's awesome, especially where your power's at. You said you're at like 26 million power, and you never spent besides the third shipbuilder. That's awesome. We have a few people like that that are probably sitting around there. Um, so for like the free to play people, the all the stuff around the map, which I did everything in season two. I'm still kind of lazy, and I haven't gotten everything. I've gotten all the exploration done, like all the things. But what are these? What are these? Sea arenas are already in? I didn't know that. I didn't know they were already in season one. I'm gonna go check those out. I have not checked them out yet. Well, anyways, I got all the exploration done except for going and doing like the little things on the island or collecting every chest. But free to play, that's a huge amount. I think it's like if someone came up with the math, but I know it was a ton of speed ups time that you can add. I think it was like 12, at least 12 shells, conges, as you want to call them. So that was huge and tons of resources. So for free to play, exploration is huge. Modern Warfare, how's that been? Modern Warfare 3 is all like all the rest of them, or is there any big changes? I haven't played anything since like Black Ops on Call of Duty. Yeah, well, all right, let me go hand these in, trade. I want to go check those arenas out. Let's see. Where's the closest one? Oh, I don't even have to. Heck yeah. I thought I had to travel to them. Well, this isn't very fair. They died before I could even attack. They just fainted. So are these additional exploration stuff? So if I go here, here. No? Oh, at least he. Oh, it did. So they did add more. So these do count as incidents. So they did add more. Yeah, some people don't like to talk there, Fire Gaming. I don't mind just talking to you. I'm here to help anybody. So if they don't want to talk, means they really don't want to help, and they're maybe just hanging out, listening. But I don't stream much, so I just figured I'd help people out that had questions while waiting for the season 3 to start. And then that's when the fun starts, taking over ports again, fighting, meeting new gangs. Well, that's kind of lame. These fights are lame. Maybe next season they'll actually be much stronger. More of a struggle. Exploration. Level 8 boats aren't very intimidating. I guess free resources though. Yeah, I mean, not very helpful for what I need, but I mean it's free guild rep that I don't have. But that's cool. Hopefully they're better later on. I thought the arenas were going to be much more exciting. I've always want more PvP. I'm really been pushing to the developers that more points of interest would be great. Maybe have certain where they have like these flags for the monsters, but let's have like you know, and maybe in each little region of the map have like a gang, have like a Kraken boss, where you need like 20 ships to take it down to have people log in and want to take down this and have it open at a certain time where if your gang's the one that kills it, you pretty much get like a buff say for like a week and then it resets and then you can fight it again. Just looking for stuff to keep people logged in. I mean, we have these ships for a reason, and just auto trading the whole time is not very fun. Oh man, there goes the frickin' chat slideshows here. I want to apologize ahead of this guy is a troublemaker, everybody. So look out for him. What's up, slideshow? Hope everything's going good. Hope you're not working too hard. Slideshow, did you notice they put the arenas already in the game? Like they're out there? The incidents? You're literally fighting level 8 ships. It's awful. But to go back to what I was saying before I saw Slideshow, I just keep telling the devs that I would love to see more things to keep us in the game, using our ships for what spending money on, or when people are not spending money on. Just give us stuff to do instead of just logging in, doing your dailies, and maybe there's a port up where you have to be there or taking towers, and after that there's nothing to do. I also would brought it up that why even have gates? Why even have these stronghold gates if you can't do anything with them? If anyone can just sail right through them, there's zero point of having them in the game. So hopefully they do some changes with these as well. Because right now it's pretty much just pointless to have them in the game. If you can't even lock the gates, why even have them? Create some kind of PvP, some strategy. Because if you can't go through a gate, you might have to go for the other one, and then you have to defend both of them. So it just creates better gameplay overall. Give us something to do instead of just auto trading for gold the whole time. If I wanted to play an AFK game, I'd go play an AFK game. Did you drive the GTR in today, man? I'm sure you have some pretty nice weather your way. They have been very open. Actually, let me check. So they actually sent, I don't know if you got the survey slideshow. I'm sure you did, but like 2 days ago, we got a questionnaire in our mail. Was it under system? Yeah, right here. Oh no, that's compensation. Yeah, in your under system, we got a VIP exclusive questionnaire. I don't know if you saw that you can click on and fill out, and they asked a lot of those questions. So I missed it, and I noticed it later on. So you might have missed it as well if you got it or not. How did I get one? True. Not a very important person, that's for sure. I don't think they like me very much because I'm a very outspoken person on stuff I like to see added into the game. But no, they have been pretty open, and they've implemented some of the things that, I really wanted to see. They definitely improved the chat systems. Um, they definitely added a little bit more stuff into the game to keep you logged in. Hopefully, they want to make ship part changes, give us more customization, because the ship parts that we used to have are 100 times better than what we have now. I'm still using level 18 ship parts somewhere. Let's see. Level 21. That's level 18. 21. 21. Actually, maybe my Cutthroat is a lot more 18s, yeah. My Sail's 18. That's 20. That's still level 18 one. And that's a 21. So I'm still using all of my pretty much old ship parts because they're better. You still can't find the, yeah, I was just shooting my mouth off, and I literally noticed them on the map, and I was like, wait, what are these? And they're like these little castles. They're so much better, man. We got super lucky in our season one when we actually got the better ship parts. We got super lucky. All these other seasons, guys got screwed over. I'm hoping right when the season opens, we get, I don't know, level 28 ship parts. That will. I haven't got to find out if we get better ship parts or not, but and I don't know if there's still like the static stats, or there's at least more static stats instead of just one or two. But I don't really know. What's this? After the mission ends, regardless of whether the goal is achieved, your sea monsters within the waters will no longer initiate attacks. What? Finally? That's a fix that I didn't think that was in the patch, unless I missed it. But they're gonna finally stop the monsters from attacking us on auto trades, so we don't have to have 100 reports every time you log back in. That is nice. What a good change. Yeah, that's a good change. Did they add it in? I don't know why it's in the Odyssey board. It should just be not in the Odyssey board, but I agree. Hopefully they don't make us wait longer, man. I really hope they don't. And I hope we get better ship parts. I really wish the monsters were harder. It was kind of nice, you know, on season one when, you know, the struggle, like what I always try to achieve is like I could solo the monsters. You know, that was just fun on its own. And then they changed them where they gave them a higher level but made them weaker, and it just became not as fun. Yes, the monsters definitely had their TPS reports. Can't usually don't make it to 20. I think maybe. Oh, I never did look if they what they said after my message up here. Every drunk cat thinks it's a lion. The normal internet talk. Cats. Yeah, these things are lame though. At least for season one, only level 8s. I just want stuff to do. I want stuff that's challenging. You know, even if I'm, you know, oh, you know, I spent money, so you know things are super easy for me. But it's like no. If you add like let's say like a level 60 world boss Kraken in there that takes like 20 to 30 ships to bring it down, I mean that'd be fun. I would like to compete for something like that. Maybe it gives it a buff. Maybe it gives you special ship parts. Like maybe that's where you can get the better ship parts from. Just give us something. Especially, I mean, not everyone's PvP either, so just make sure you're adding PvE stuff in there that's fun and that you can play with your gang and do. Because right now the briny the briny event is not the most exciting PvE event. Just kind of sitting there attacking random monsters while waiting. I mean, is it something? Yes. So I'm not going to complain, but it still needs to be a lot more on the PvE side and the PvP. Construction speed ups, huh? Let's see. Let me do this. That's got 6 days. That's got 10 days. That's got 9 days. Guess I'll speed up this. What do I have? Do that. Hopefully that was enough. Nope. Well, I'll give myself 2. I don't have that much speed ups anymore for construction. Exactly, world bosses just spawn in like ghost ships. Yeah, just like ghost ships, or like I said, it's have something like maybe on the map in the region for people to take. Like, you know, when after the first region, you know, put it in the second region when gangs start beating each other, and put it kind of like in a certain spot where, you know, gangs will want to go towards there. And then you say like you have to build towers to it to actually be able to attack it. And like I said, you can attack it. You can either get better, you know, maybe you get like ship part chests that you be able to get better parts than you can get from regular monsters, or give a like a buff for the week, and you know allow you to fight it every week or every couple days. That would be fun, and that would make me log in and you know get people grouped together, keep people active in the gang. That would be really good. I'm just saying, like I said, for PvP, you know, make gates and strongholds, you know, worth something to hold on to. Again, you could just even add to if you don't want to be able to lock these out so people can't uh, enter and exit them, then add something where you know you get a buff for holding it. You know, make it worth something. You know, why put effort into something if it's not going to benefit your gang or make you stronger? Why it creates zero strategy into you know building? Or it's just going to be every time. Let's build a straight line. Take every port for his first rewards, drop them, and then just build a straight line into the port 7. Add something different. Uh, well, the incidents are done until they just added these new strongholds, and I guess I had a couple here. But it's called being lazy when I was in season one. I was fighting you guys too many times. I had no time for exploration. In season two, I had 100% done. It was 100. The whole map was 100% done. I don't like your judgmental. I don't like you judging me. Here, ready? Oh wait, I could quick explore it. They are exploration now, so they did add it. So, like I said, I was done, and then they added it. So if you go to your book and you go down to here, complete incidents, they are now in there, which you can just click it, as and it brings you right to it. So yeah, they added these arenas, and now they're extra incidents. So more stuff to do for exploration, which is great for free to play people. Yep, correct. They are just new incidents. Yep. So instead of catching barrels the whole time, you can do a little quick arena match. You know what? Slideshow I'm really excited about coming up. I can't wait for squad raids again. Squad raids. Those are fun. That's a fun PvE activity. And a good testing realm. So that'll be fun. We're good. Hopefully we get some of those done tonight once the season opens. I have to use. What's my time? Until I'm max on stam. 12 hours. I guess I could do some of these. Squad points for honor points. Yep. And then we'll get the new season 3 specialization, which it looks pretty much the same, but I think the red and blue we get 2 additional buffs, which will be from either gold trading again for the blues and the trophies were for the red ones. But they did give us 2 additional ones from what I saw. Squad raids do need battle reports. I agree. I should have added that into the questionnaire. That would have been a good thing to add. I totally forgot until you just said it. Let's see. Do you know what this? Hold on, let me click. I don't understand what this is for. They added this into the patch from the patch 2. Static ships near the flagship are now blocked when you click it. What does that even mean? Or what does it even do? I don't even know. I don't see anything that changes. Static ships near the flagship are now blocked. Wait. Did it make them disappear? Oh, wait. That's what it does. Oh. So does that mean... Is it just AFK ships that disappear? To try to reduce the lag? What is Xena doing over here? She must try to be plundering. Well, that's what it does. So static must be AFK ships, is what they're calling. Cactus. Well, now I know. I just had to do it myself to figure it out. Bye, Xena. Oh, bye, Xena. Oh, so watch this slideshow if you're paying attention right now. So the little icon with the eye over here, see all these ships that just appeared? Now, when you click it, it takes a couple seconds, but they're going to disappear. And they're gone. I pulled a Houdini. But I'm guessing it's for reduced server lag. But I wonder how that, I mean, I wonder what counts as static. So are you AFK? Are you not logged in? What are the devs counting as a static chip? Because if I'm just sitting, like, I wonder how that would work for PvP if you're actually online, but you haven't moved in a while. Oh, 9 kings? Yeah, let me see. I was doing black market trades because I have so many. Is there a lot of ships over here? Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Let me teleport. You're so bossy. Alright, let's see if they appear. Oh, yeah. Hello. There's people here. And much. They're gone. They're completely gone. Sure, Fury. I can show you who we'll be into. So, there you go. We'll be with servers 98, 100, 111, 114, 117, and 118. We're server 118. So, if you don't know Two Fury, any server after server 80 all have the new matchmaking into it. It will take into consideration gang activity, power, and they said a couple other things go into it. But anything below level server 80 is all still static. Like servers, 70 to 75 will fight each other. 75 to 80 will fight each other. So anything after server 80 is the new matchmaking system, and I'm sure they'll implement that later with the earlier servers, probably like maybe next season, or they already did with season 4. So that's cool. Hopefully that helps with lag, and it's kind of cool. Like it, like literally, like you can't even click them, which is cool. That it removes them all now, which would probably help with some lag when fighting for different ports. So I don't know why they have two buttons though now. I mean, I guess the other mode will just get rid of the little mini ships still, but it's kind of cool. Okay, that definitely helps. But then you're gonna miss all those bounties. Does it show? Let's test. Let's see if we can still go to here. Anyone not? All right, let's go to here. Would it show me? Uh-oh. Well, there you go, slideshow. You're gonna want to know that. So if you have that static ships hidden, you won't be able to see the bounties anymore. Like you'll be able to see it on the bounty board, but you'll have to turn it off when you're looking for bounties. Um, for the static ship thing, let me test. I mean, I'll just go do auto trading right now. So, or unless you're talking about the ships that are auto trading, yeah, it looks like it won't protect you there, so you'll still be able to get attacked. I think that's what you're talking about. So you'll be able to still see the ships trading, but it looks like if you're probably sitting here, I'm just gonna say maybe like 15 minutes, not doing anything, it can make you disappear. I see bounties right now, slideshow, so you need to log in. You're slacking. Blood Runner 2 has one. Bloody Spartans has one. But no, that's a good feature, and hopefully it helps with the lag. So another good add-in by the devs. Oh, you can't toggle. I mean, that's actually you can't. You're saying you can't toggle it the eye when auto trading. Let's test it out. Auto trading. Let's just do it here. Go. That worked. Let me do. It's working for me when I'm auto trading. If that's what you're trying to get at, I was able to make the ships disappear and reappear while on an auto trading. We might, Fury. We could maybe meet in season 4. It just all comes down to activity and what the gangs are looking like by that time. Maybe we'll be sick of our gang leader by then and we'll all transfer away on a different server by that time. Our new rank 5 that just can't became our new rank 5 in the last 3 days. He's something else. Don't you agree, Slideshow? That new rank 5, he's questionable. We don't really know about him much about yet. So yeah, I got the static thing to work while auto trading, so you can still do it. Yeah, let me know, Chin. See, maybe it's just something weird. I I messed around with it the other day and I didn't see any changes, but today I was messing around with it and it actually worked. So maybe something wasn't working or earlier, maybe just have to restart. Fury, what server are you on? Are you near server 118? Like, what server are you currently on? Because our season 3, yeah, starts in 6 hours and 46 minutes. Which, why does it have to be so late? Daylight savings times ruined everything. Oh, 110? Dang. Yeah, we're close. Like I said, Keith, mine was messed up. As like it wasn't doing anything, and I haven't tested it on my phone or tablet. But I remember playing around with it the other day, and it wasn't doing anything until I just noticed today that it actually did that. So maybe it's just some update. I know the PC client today took an update, so maybe it's just something that's they added in, it just wasn't working as intended, and now they're fixing it. But at least I can show you what it's supposed to do. So Fury, you're on server 110, huh? Uh, Keith, right now I'm on my PC, correct? And I knew of the PC client this morning took an update, so maybe that's it. Yeah, we just skipped right over your server though. If you're on 110 there, Fury, because we have 111 and 100. So either you guys were much stronger than us. Your server, has a lot more active people. It could play a lot of things could play into it. What's your highest gang's power? Like, do you have lots of Do you have a lot of people that are level 35 or a lot of people in like level 50 million power on your server there, Fury? Because we're sitting, we only have like 3 people in the 50 million power, and we only have 3 people with 35 level ships on our server. KS2K, did anyone find info on the Cutthroat set? If we can keep max stacks and how to build max stacks? So when you're talking about the new Cutthroat, from the set pieces, the ship parts, are you talking about there, KS2K? Uh, so if you go to my Cutthroat ship, are you talking about the 4-piece set bonus where your enemy will take 8% more Cutthroat damage for the following 3 seconds? If you deal Cutthroat damage, the effect can stack up to 5 times. It should. I mean, as long as you're doing consistent Cutthroat damage, that buff should technically be there. I don't see why it wouldn't. It doesn't say that it falls off or it can only happen, every 10 seconds. So it should be able to be a permanent buff as long as you're still doing Cutthroat type damage. And if you're using a Cutthroat ship and your heroes are all Cutthroat, it shouldn't be an issue. I wish that's actually a thing I sent to the devs that I would love to see either in reports or live action fighting, is that allow us to see the buffs and debuffs of our ships and our heroes that are doing, so we can actually track that and see for ourselves that, okay, this buff is staying up for this amount of time. We're seeing reinforcement at this time. We're seeing, Cutthroat bonus at this time. We're seeing the artillery bonus at this time, and see the amount of uptime and downtime to, to add a lot more strategy into our builds. I put that in. I would love to see that in reports or seeing it live. So to answer your question, KS2K, we should be able to build max stacks as long as you're doing consistent Cutthroat damage and your Cutthroat ship is staying alive. Let's see. Fairy says, "In my server, let me check." Yeah, it's the biggest. You're the biggest. That's probably why then, Fury. That's probably why we didn't see you, because the other gangs that we're going against have some pretty big people, so we're pretty comparable. I can show you that. I think if I go to here, if I go to Trailblazer leaderboard, and I look just like up the Sin gang, and I can go to their, just even their gang members. They have one person at 54 million power, so he's definitely a flagship 35. These other people are definitely probably flagship 31s. So, but they got some pretty good power overall. And then if I go to like the Empire, which was the next gang here, go to here, look at their gang members, total power. So they have one guy that's in 53 million, pretty much 54 million, might as well say. One guy definitely probably flagship 33, 32, and these are definitely 31 flagships. And then if I go to War is one of the big ones. I think War is the biggest power gang that we're going to be going against. They are the Cartel, I think, right? Oh, this is War Siren. They also have War Cartel. Hold on. Where are they? Empire. All right, Cartel. Where's one of your people hiding? There they go. War Cartel. They are at 5.2 billion power, so they're definitely the strongest gang coming in to the next season, and their power, 56 million, 51, 50. They actually have a lot more 50s than we do. So that's a 35 ship for sure. That's at least a 34, 35, 34, 35, 34, 35, 34, 35 ship. Sorry, not 30, 34, 34s, 35, 34. And as you can see, they got quite a few VIP frames people. So they're definitely going to be the gang to fight this next coming season. So yeah, KS2K. I don't see like anything new info if we can keep it max, but like I said, how it reads out is that we should be able to keep it max the whole time if you're doing consistent cutthroat damage. And unfortunately, there's no way to officially see that or say that. But if we're just going off of what the set piece says, that your enemy will take 8% more cutthroat damage for the following 3 seconds if you deal the cutthroat damage. So if any 3 of your heroes or your ship is doing cutthroat damage, that should continually stack up to 5 times. But it doesn't tell us, you know, how fast. Like, so after the 3 seconds, does the whole stacks completely fall off and you start back at 1, or and there's no way to see that. It's just only guesstimating. But if you're doing consistently cutthroat damage, this should work. This should be working as intended, but there's no way to say yes or no. That would have to come from a dev, or they would have to implement it in the game where we can see the uptime and how many stacks we have at a consistent basis. Yeah, I can do that, Fury. I can show my heroes. Hold on. Now let me tell you, this isn't full. Like, this isn't the best setup, but this is the best setup I have for the heroes I have. There are better setups out there. At least I can say for Stormbringer that we've tested against, that we know that one of our colleagues has. But for my flagship, this is what I'm rocking with the Sovereign set. And for other people that do not have Magnus, I would swap out Magnus for Armstrong if you don't have Magnus. If you're more free to play, so I think, like you said, Fury, you are. So I would use Armstrong instead of Magnus, and I would use all 3 ships, or all 3 shields for them. I think you get a better return than a rudder. And the only way I think the rudder would be better than 3 shields is if you don't have a Magnus and you're using Armstrong, because Magnus buffs, it cancels each other out in reality. They don't stack, so it's not worth it. The next one is my strategy ship, using the strategy parts. And then, since I am a spender, I have Boa. You could rock a lot of things here. The strategy ship, or not even have a strategy ship. You could have 2 dot ships. You could have, you know, but this is what I'm rocking for strategy. My Cutthroat until next season is this: Bones, Kojo, and Luna. Also, I have Cutthroat ship parts, and then I also pretty much have 100% crit on here. That was my goal. I'm actually sitting at 97.1% crit, so almost all my hits are crits when they do hit. And if you don't go the Cutthroat ship parts here, and you might not have the exact heroes, another thing you could rock is you could rock Blade of Freedom on the Warhammer ship, or Blades of Freedom for the ship parts, and then you could have Bones, and then you could swap out Lulu for Kojo as a play, because she scales off attack power if you have a lot of attack power here, and then you could also have Luna here if you have Luna. But I've seen Madame Lulu work pretty well here for extra heals, because she goes off attack power. But this is what I rock right now, and then next season I'll be swapping Kojo for the new hero that they added in. Why did you give trinkets to? Why did I give my bone trinkets to? So my bone trinkets to Boa Mali. The reasons for this is, again, going back to, I want my crit to be as high as possible. My crit rate. So you want to try to push the ship's crit rate as high as possible. Anything over 100% is just pointless. So just, you want to hit that 100% crit rate, so then all your attacks are a crit. And like for Cutthroat's new hero, he goes off a crit. So anytime he crits, he does. I think it's an armor penetration debuff. So every time he hits a crit, he debuffs the other ship. So your goal is to try, your main stat you always want to push is crit rate, crit damage, then attack dash attack damage. And then my Stormbringer ship this is what I have. This is my best. I did have the Tonka trinket maxed out, but I found out that the attack power trinket just works so much better than his actual trinket when you're trying to have heals on there. So I got rid of his trinket and added the attack power trinket to him for now, which brings up my ship to a total attack 116, and that allows Cordelia to do more healing on the ship. Will keep my ships alive. And why I have the healing trinket for Cordelia here, I have it maxed out. So, increases your healing effect by her. So she's going to get the attack power buff from all the other heroes and all the attack you have on that ship. Then this is going to add more to her healing power. And then the big thing is the rage. So every time your ship launches a basic attack, there's a 30% probability that the wheeler will restore 120 rage to one allied ship. And this is kind of going to go more into play into my Season 3 strategy that I kind of have in my head right now. So I'm pretty much going to have this Stormbringer ship as like a buffing ship. So I'm going to have like Cordelia probably at the captain spot. I'll probably keep Tanaka there, but then I'm going to have Wanda as the gunner, and both those heroes will produce, they're going to both be buffing up all the allied ships. They're going to be giving more rage to the heroes to do their attacks. The other thing that I might play around with is removing Tanaka and adding in, um, um, why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? Django, yeah. So I might actually swap out Django instead of Tanaka as well. I need to test that for more additional rage for all my heroes. I agree. I mean, that is a play Fury. You're 100% right. For the giving her attack trinket, that is a very good argument. But for what I have right now in my game plan going into Season 3, I feel like this healing trinket is going to be the better play in the longer run for myself. But again, if that doesn't work out and I can test, like, as I already have this other, attack power trinket, and I'll test it in Season 3 more if my plan doesn't work out. But right now, my strategy is that this trinket's going to be better, and that's my thinking. And then the last ship is my Crimson Sentinel, which will be after once next season starts. I'll be getting the regular artillery ship, so that'll kind of make that obsolete. I have the artillery ship parts on it, and then Ophelia, Sharky, and Chi is on this. Um, but that's my thinking as of right now. And then like my artillery ships has 87% crit. Need to get that higher, but it'll be better off next. So like to answer another question for you might have. So like when the next season starts, I will be using the new heroes trinket. I'll be swapping out the crit trinkets that I have on these heroes with the next trinket because it's going to give you more attack power and crit, which I can go show you that. I have a character on a level 4 server. Give me a second. Characters, server 24. So the Blades of Freedom Fury, why are you using that is kind of just goes back to your point you just made, not using the attack power trinket. So the Blades of Freedom is going to give you more overall attack power, which your healers will scale off from. And that's why they just buffed the other ship parts, because the play was to use Blade of Freedom on almost all your ships. So they just buffed all the other ship parts to try to make sure you didn't rock Blade of Freedom on all of them. And there's got to be more testing. I mean, the ship parts just came out, so the only really person I have to test that against is Slideshow, and we can't really test that at the moment until like squad raids. We don't have anything that has a lot of health unless open fighting and out in the open, which you have to be able to do that without leaving the gang at the moment. Oh, Slideshow, you haven't been telling me. So to go for the next season here, by the way. So if we go to let's go to here, trinkets, archive, season 3. So season 3 of this trinket's going to come out, I think, right in the first calendar week. So the ship under the wielder's command will increase its critical rate by 18. So that's the very first, without even enhancing this trinket. And then the next one will be if the wielder has the first mate tag, as long as it has the first mate tag, and if there is anyone with wounded ship in the target fleet, increase the attack of the ship by 14% and the cutthroat damage by 14%. So just alone, so ship in target fleet. So as long as you have a ship that's doing cutthroat damage, this will give that ship 14% more cutthroat damage and 14% attack power on top of the 18% crit. So those crit trinkets will get replaced by this one for all my first mates because it's going to give me crit, it's going to give me attack power, and more cutthroat damage. So kind of going back to that, this is what it's going to be replacing those crit trinkets that I already have on them because I'm going to get more benefit out of this trinket as long as it's on my first mate. And then like the Wanda trinket, when I go back to what I was saying, I'm going to have Wanda on my other ship is the game plan for Cordelia, Tanaka, and Wanda, because her trinket's going to do the same thing. It's going to add more healing to that ship. And then it's also, if the wearer of the gunner tag, when the ship under the wearer's command gains 10 times the rage restoration effects, which that's going to go off of now, the trinket as well that Cordelia is using. The ship will heal at most 5 ships in the fleet once. The healing is equal to 35% of attack power. So my goal is to have these trinkets work with each other. The one that the elixir that Cordelia is using and the Wanda trinket to keep the rage flowing and keep buffing the other ships in heals. So test the eye on the PC and it does not work. Submitting a ticket seems like the account linked, not device. Huh. Oh, good bug to find there, Keith. That's interesting. Like I said, it wasn't working for me yesterday, and then when I woke up today and did the update, it just started working. So, yeah, maybe there's either something that didn't get hit with an update, or that's really interesting. Couple little bugs. All right, I'm going back to my main character. Hopefully that you understand what I'm trying to do, Fury, and answers your questions. But again, like I said, we won't know about the new ship part upgrades and if they really make a big difference over Blade of Freedom until we can actually really test next season. Do you know any bugs or something to get 100% gold hero when you try to get them? I wish. I just spend gold conges all day long, man, and I get pitied all the time. Getting pitied all the time. I wish. As Slideshow will tell you, though, he says I cheat because there's been times where I've gotten 2 heroes off of 1 pull. I've gotten pretty lucky sometimes. I think it's happened to me twice where I've gotten 2 legendary heroes on a 10 pull. Or I've gotten a double trinket before too, once on a 10 pull. I It'll be tonight, man. I mean, we're gonna be doing some polls tonight for sure, so I'll have that video out with all my conges, and you can either laugh at me because I didn't do good at all, or you can be mad at me because I did awesome and better than you. And you have a lot more conges than I do. I'm only sitting at 436, so I know you have more than me. But I do have a pity up to 42 out of 80, so I should have to use much for the first hero pull to get the hero. So that'll be 2 stars, and the goal we get to go to 6, and then I'm pretty much at 0 pity for. I mean, it's at 18, so for the trinkets. So uh, I need you to carry me this season again. I don't. I need you to be good. I need you to really carry me. You know what luck I do not have? I do have 0 luck at kidding Cordelia. She is like always missed me. Like I've used, I think the last hero scroll that select heroes that I used on her to get her to finally 6 stars. I have not been able to pull her at all. Like I only got her when I bought her originally, and then she sat at like 4 stars forever. Barnacle, not even at 6 stars, and I didn't even pull her. Like I said, I only pulled one of her to have her, so she's just sitting at 2 stars, which was probably a mistake because of how much we found out how good she is. That she's pretty much wreaked havoc all season 2 on us. She's a very good season 2 hero. Um, but yeah, Cordelia has been the hero that I cannot pull. Even Sharky. I mean, literally, I've used every scroll pretty much on Sharky. Sharky has been terrible to get for me. And then technically, I don't think I'm going to replace Sharky when season 4 comes out because the hero doesn't seem worth it. Sharky still does tons of damage. He's so good for artillery. You want my hand-me-down trinkets? Unfortunately, you need to break them down. You need all that trinkets, whatever those crystals are called. It takes so much. Trinkets are so much power. They give you literally your advantage. It's pretty much goes from what we pretty much calculated. Trinkets are like the best power that like any. So once you get your heroes, the 6 stars, let's just say, if all your heroes are 6 stars, the best power gang you can do is trinkets and then stargazing, and then hero stars. Right, they did buff her, the new hero, so she was definitely lackluster. And it's like, why replace her with? But again, like trinkets are huge. They are so huge. Sideshow can vouch for that. Like he has better trinkets than me, and that he took over. He came so much stronger than I was, just because of trinkets. I had better heroes than him, but his trinkets were just so much better, and they still are. Oh, there's a glitch. I don't know if you notice right now on my screen. It shows Henry Hell having every trinket that I own right now. And it shows that he's a legendary Henry Hill. Jack Sparrow, will the attempts transfer? Yes, they will. So they, or I should say, they did last season. From season 1 to season 2, they did. So I don't see why they wouldn't transfer the pity tries over to the next season. So yes, I'm gonna say yes, they do. But if they don't kill me. Well, there's a visual glitch though. Henry Hill has every trinket. Cheats. Henry Hill's cheating. But again, these are my trinkets. But I mean, it's still like even how much money I've spent, I don't have them all maxed out. It takes so much resources to even get them to level 80, and now they're going to go to a level 100 or whatever. It's 90 to 100. I don't know. I can't remember what the next season level cap is, but that's going to cost so much resources to get them up to there, and then just keep ascending them. So, what's your point? Is what is better to use, crit damage or immunity to crit? Um, it matters what I mean. Really, what you're going. If it's an attack ship, I would say 100% crit damage. I would go crit percent once I get 100, and then I start focusing on crit damage, and then the next thing would be attack power. Now, if I was for like my flagship or my support ship that I'm going to try to build next season, I would crit damage won't do anything for them. So I would say crit resistance is the way I would go. So it matters what ship you want them on. So Keith, so you're asking that the ship parts change. So if you already had the ship parts, they all changed. You don't have to. It's not like the old ones stayed the same. So they all any ship part that you already owned already got the change because this was 8%. The two piece was an 8% increase. Now it's a 10. Your enemy will take. It used to be 4% damage, and it also increased it from the only following 2 seconds. It actually increased it by another second. So any ship part that you already own got all. They corrected all of them. You don't have to go out and get them to get the new ones. The artillery one got a good buff. I feel like personally, I was talking about this last night with a couple gang members. The cutthroat ship part and the artillery ship parts are probably got the best buffs. The rest are mediocre. I mean, they're still okay. Are they going to? Is Blade of Freedom could be better than them for sure. But it all really ship parts only really come down to what their stats are. Like that's why we still use level 18 ones because the HP bonuses, the where these were random rolls, gave you better than the generic static ones that they gave us prior. So it kind of added a lot of RNG into it, but it gave you better stats if you rolled them correctly. Uh, could have been that someone beat you because the better stargazing. You need to check that too. Could you? Oh yes, Fury. I can show you my stargazing. So if I go here, Stargaze. So the first one is the season 1 stargazing. I have that all complete. And which nice that they do if you don't have this complete, say you're going into season 2, it allows you to do both season 1 and season 2. You can stargaze them both at the same time. So it's like a catch-up feature, which is nice. So I have all the stats. So once you finish the one, you get all the additional bonuses, which is huge. I mean, especially the damage and the damage percentage and the damage reduction percentages are huge bonuses once you finish it. So you want to try to get season 1 done as fast as possible. And then for season 2, I would say I'm like 80% complete, 85, but they take so long. I mean, all these next ones are all they're at least all 5 days long. They're almost 1,000,000 gold, and they're 5 days long. So it's going to take a little much longer, but I should have it complete by the end of season 3. And then, again, here's the new bonuses for the season 2 stargazing. I have 2 out of the 3 complete. I won't get the last one until I finish these, which again, this is the best stats. I mean, it's a flat damage buff 3% and a flat damage reduction 3%. So just alone, that's a huge buff once you finish the stargazing. On top of all the stats the stargazing gives you, because these are giving. I think the one I'm doing right now is base attack +4. Then the next one's impact 1%, armor bonus 1%, HP bonus 2%, attack bonus, and HP bonus again. So Keith, so would I use a part over increased cutthroat damage or attack part? So it mostly comes down to if you're rocking all cutthroat heroes, that's going to do cutthroat damage. The cutthroat damage flat is technically better, I was told. But if you're going to rock like a healer like Madame Lulu, or you're rocking the Blade of Freedom set, just go all attack power. So attack power would be more than the cutthroat. So it comes down to like what heroes you have, what trinkets you have to kind of say that. So it could be good both ways. It just matters what you have available to you at that time. It comes down to your heroes that you're using and the trinkets you have. So both are good. It just is one better than the other. It comes down to what your setup is looking like. Let's let's see. What do I have for Pirate Legend? Is it still emeralds consumed and construction? What is the next one coming up? Hero training, huh? I don't think I do. I don't have it anymore. I don't think. Um, I don't. Yeah, it it takes it away once your season two ends. There, or I would show you. What I did. Give me a second. Maybe I can find a screenshot of what I used to have. Give me a moment. Why don't I have my fear? Why don't I have my VIP to level 16? That's a lot, man. I've been on VIP 12 for all of season two. My VIP has not changed since season two. Um, but I don't think I have. I'm sorry, KS2K. I don't think I have a screenshot anymore of the thing. But what I did go for, I can tell you the last two ones I went for was the once I got my 20 million trophies. I know I used that one, which gave a big damage buff. I went for the cutthroat damage one. I knew that. I had instead of the HP one, I went the one that reduces all the damage from all the strategy cutthroat damage. I had the crit one on there. I remember. I'm trying to remember what else ones I had, but it's pretty much going to be the same for season three. So once maybe next time I can show you for when I'm in season three, because it's pretty much the same. They just added two additional skills you can add into the specialization. Oh, VIP 6, dude, just to go from VIP 12, so to go from like 0 to where it wants you to go, I mean, that's a lot. Like, I think you probably have to spend $3,000 to go from 0 VIP 12 to finish VIP 12 out. And then VIP 13 is just probably 700,000. So that's like another 3K at least. So, yeah, it's going to be a long time. I mean, is it worth, I mean, is Magnus worth it? No. I mean, is anything really in a game that you have to pay for worth it? Probably not. But if you have the money to spend and it's not hurting yourself, sure. I mean, if you get a lot of entertainment out of it, why not? But to get all the rest of Magnus, you have to hit level VIP 13. And if you guys didn't know, which they didn't put this in the patch notes, for the Voyage of the Four Seas, I've said this earlier, but just so anyone that's joined, the Voyager of the Four Seas, the 12-hour, whatever hero you select, you'll get that that puzzle piece for that hero, the ones you put in, the two heroes you put in there. But they did stealth nerf it where you used to be able to, when it first came out, you could put the VIP heroes in there, and you would get them for the VIP heroes. When this patch just came out, they didn't put it in the patch notes, but they removed that. So now if you put a VIP hero in there, you won't get anything. So just keep that in mind now that you can't pull VIP heroes anymore from the 12-hour voyage. Um, I still have to do my straight clashes. I'll do one right now. I'll fight Happy Clown so you guys can see. So I'll show you the formations that I'm going against right here. We pretty much have the same heroes on our flagship, same things on our strategy ship. His Stormbringer is completely different than mine. His Cutthroat, he's rushing Cordelia instead of Kojo. And then he's technically rocking two dot ships. He's got taking on water damage, and he has burning, which I do not. And then we'll let it rip here. I just love Cutthroat, man. I can't wait for the next hero. It just does so much damage. It's just huge spike damage. So if I go, and we can look at that report, my Cutthroat should be the highest. Should be. Let's look. Yeah. My Cutthroat damage is double all my other ships. And you'll see differences too. So, my setup could be a little bit different. It all comes down to like what the unique skill you have on your ship. So until I just changed my Warhammer ship, my Luna was my worst hero on my Cutthroat. But now that I have the other unique skill, she became my top. So my Warhammer ship, I just got this. I just got another legendary one yesterday, actually. So instead of the generic one I bought on season one, I finally got the other one with, and then changed the unique skill out for same old trick. So the hero skill that has dealt the highest cutthroat damage in the previous 10 seconds will be recorded. So if I did a 400k and that was my highest in the last 10 seconds, that's what it's going to record. And then for every 10 seconds in that battle, the ship will launch a skill that deals the record damage against the target fleet. So whoever hero does the highest damage, it's going to do that same damage again and keep doing it every 10 seconds. So if you get a huge massive crit off, it's going to keep doing that massive crit every 10 seconds on top of all the other damage. And it must be right now Luna's doing the highest attack damage crit, and so she's doing the most damage on my ship now. I did, Fury. So if you want to look at the radar, you can kind of just go. I'll just see if I'll use slideshow as an example. I know I have one with him. So if you click their profile and you click the little crown, it'll bring you to the radar. And what the radar does, it shows you how you compare completely between the cabin strength against them, their hero strength, their ship strength, stargazing. Like, we're pretty much identical, which I see you, Slideshow. I was ahead of you yesterday. Now you're above me. So I'm calling you out right here. So it'll go against stargazing, and then your seasonal development, which these are just mostly your seasonal buffs that you get from doing all your guild rep, and then your ship parts. So as you can see, Slideshow's got me beat on ship parts. And I don't know what that goes. It sounds like because he has, I think, the level 21 one. So, I mean, yes, could this be? Yes, he could be stronger with the ship parts. Yes and no. It's all about the stats, but it's not going off. I don't think this goes off the stats at all. I think this is going off the level of the ship parts. I have you beat on hero. Oh, no, I don't even have you beat on hero strength anymore. And we're tied on ship strength. Just trying to flex on me. Just trying to flex. Which, yeah, again, that's what I was getting at. Slideshow. The ship strength, ship part strength, is definitely going off of probably the levels because I still have tons of level 18 parts. But that's stargazing. I see you. I see you. But that's how you get to it, and that's the spyglass thing you were talking about, Fury. Who is crushing right now? Plunder God. This guy. He's the easy one to smack around, unless he went crazy on power, but he was the weakest 35 ship you could attack. I'm sorry, Happy Clone, I had to attack you. You're just there, brother. And I'm not attacking you, Slideshow. I see you there right now. You'll beat me. You beat me the last time. I'll show you right here. You beat me. And it wasn't even that close. I ain't attacking you. I'm not dumb. I'm not giving you free kills or free wins. I could tell you one interesting thing. If you will put at your ship's immunity to crit ship parts. You could think players bigger than you. We tested it, and a 31 million power wins 33 power player. Yeah, that's true. Yep. And like there was a lot of points where myself and Slideshow we weren't even at we were probably 3 or 4 million below the highest person, and we could still beat them until they just became so much stronger than us. But we definitely saw that. As I can show you the replay, like Slideshow's, I'll show you the replay of the straights. He has a ship that's already a support ship, and it almost outlasts his flagship. So if we go to the straights, and like I'm gonna show off his build, he's gonna be mad. But his one ship right here with Armstrong, Lulu, and Cordelia pretty much stays alive longer. So if I go to the one I did beat him on, wait a minute, is this you? It is, okay. For some reason I didn't know you had the balloon ship, but his support ship's over here, and it will pretty much almost outlast his flagship because of the crit immunity and everything. Total power does not mean anything. You could fake power, so I chose 100% right. Power doesn't mean anything. But as you can see, his support ship is still lasting. It's at like at 50% health. It's pretty much tied with his flagship. And again, that's because of the crit immunity and everything. Epoxy, hey bro, can you help me out with my deck? I just started playing, and I'm not sure the best heroes to use. Okay. Well, what ship are you looking at? Is it like a strategy, the Warhammer ship for Cutthroat, artillery? If you give me an example of what you're trying to do, I can try to help you out with there. Or is it a flagship you're trying to figure out? Sure. You can find me on, yeah, just message me on Discord and I'll look at it and I can pull it up. And I'll try to help you right now. Just let me know when you send it over in Discord. I can find a lot of players don't know how to play the game. That's 100% sure. True right there. And they put their hero ships in very bad. Example, put Crab at flagship. Yeah, Fury, you're 100% right. A lot of people make that mistake. Even into season 2, we saw people putting like captains in gunner positions, or gunners as your captain, and we're missing out on those bonuses. There are a few exceptions that could work, but what they were trying to achieve, they were just using, oh, I have this legendary hero, this must be the best. All right. I'm guessing this is you. All right, sorry. Let's see. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people, and I think I spent almost all season 1 and half of season 2 just trying to help my own gang members with their ships, because again, they see the big shiny legendary hero, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the best one for them. There was a lot of good epic heroes out there that you can still use and should still be using over legendary heroes. see. Just waiting for him to send me over the screenshot of his ships. So let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Can I open this in a browser? So let's start with. Did you send me over? Okay. Let's see. How do I do this? Just so I can try to show people. Oh no. All right. Let me think this will work. Okay. So I'm bringing down what he sent me so people can see. So your first ship here, you have Lester, Will, and Ned. So you got all burning damage. And the heroes you sent me, let's look. You have Lester, Sharky, Luna, Molly. Okay. So you're rocking the Crimson Sentinel, which is totally fine. You're rocking Blade of Freedom on your ship parts. So from what the heroes I can see that you sent me, this is probably your best that you can do right now for this kind of ship. For your Black Raven, is that the strategy? Black Raven, drawing blank. Black Raven is the, drawing a blank on the Black Raven. What's the stats on it? Black Raven's got the ship deals, increases ship impact, deals 5% more damage. And I have what I use my artillery? It's the Crimson. Okay. So what I use Crimson as my artillery ship, but that's totally fine that you have for your Lester. Now go back to your next one here. Open browser. Your artillery here. So kind of just go off of, use this as an example. Blade of Freedom's totally fine what you're using, but this is kind of kind of a cluster what you have. So you have Cursed Ed, which is more of like a support hero. He's very good on your flagship, so I would use him there on your flagship if you can. Because the tankier you can make your flagship, the longer you live. So if your flagship dies, you're gonna die. Sharky's totally fine. And if you don't have like any other hero to put in, because it doesn't look like you have a Cutthroat hero ship, this is totally fine for what you have and the amount of heroes you have. But Cursed Ed, I would try to put him on your flagship if you can, with like an Armstrong. If you have Armstrong, put Cursed Ed as your first mate, and then put Armstrong as your gunner position. And then I'm trying to remember what you had for heroes though. I would just try to fit in. Let's see. Yeah. Um, maybe maybe a Django or on your flagship because it doesn't look like you have any tanky heroes yet. You haven't gotten lucky besides Armstrong, which you should have in here somewhere. Yeah, so you do. So I would put that on your flagship. But the rest looks fine from what you have. I mean, right now it's just you're gonna have to start surfing. Use your conjures for heroes at the moment when you do get them, and you should be able to keep working these out pretty well. But just make sure your flagship's tanky. Um, I still use Django and Armstrong depending on what I'm doing. Yep, so do I. I still use Django and Armstrong as well. So those are two good heroes that you could be using right now with your setup. And then, like I said, if I go to my flagship for you, uh, like this is the goal for your flagship. I mean, like this is what you really want for your flagship at the moment and how the game plays. But instead of Magnus for you, even on season 1, just starting out, if you put Armstrong here, she is just as good. and she'll carry you the whole season and season 2 without even having Magnus. And then always curse that he debuffs all the other ships. He adds a curse to them. It makes them not pop their attacks. And then Ahab, if you have him, he's the best for the captain slot at the moment for your flagship. And as you can see, I have like 5,000 armor for it. Try to make it as tanky as possible. And then I'm sitting at 11 million HP on my flagship, which is way higher than all my other ships. Like I said, Luna on your ship was totally fine here. You have Kojo, so if you've got another hero, you can kind of make your other. If you don't have the Warhammer ship, you can kind of use that Crimson Sentinel or your Black Raven ship, and you can kind of have this with your Kojo and Luna, which they'll do cutthroat damage, which will be good. Kojo does a lot of damage, and especially he does more damage when you can kill the ship quicker. So he has a counter skill which it heals the target. I think it's this one, or is it his first one? Your ship damage increase. Nor's armor. Where's the one that heals? Yeah, so this last one. So when Kojo performs his skill, he deals cutthroat damage equal to 160% of his attack, but it will cause the hit targets to receive a healing over time for the following 4 seconds. So the quicker you can kill that ship, the less healing they'll get, and he'll do a lot more damage. Kojo would be a good swap in there too, instead of Sharky. I mean, yeah, Sharky's great. He does a lot of damage. You could probably find him and put him in another ship instead of like Will or Ned. He'll probably do more damage than Will or Ned, to be honest with you, without even doing burning damage. And you could put Kojo instead of your Sharky there. So yeah, your flagship, that looks great from what you can do. Um, that's very good there. That's a good swap. Cursed there with Madame Lulu and then Armstrong. That's what I would use for what the heroes you have right now. That should allow you to do a lot more. And like I said, your Sharky's totally fine, but if you wanted to kind of go crazy and put Sharky, I would probably, to be honest with you, if you want to do this, try it out. But I would swap your Sharky with like Will with your Lester, and you put Kojo in where Sharky is, and I bet you'll get better results. Test that out and let me know. Fury, I would not be surprised. Still too small for reward to bother, in my opinion. Did you all know when they're updating the game so you could use the last used gift codes one more time, but not all, just some of them? I do not know. I did see that something on their Discord. It said like unlimited or something like that, but I don't know. They're also going to be coming out for like their creator programs and all that. They're going to start adding more redeem codes out there, they said. So more to come for redeem codes for everybody. So kind of keep an eye on that for different people, like from streamers or content creators, that they should be giving out more redeem codes for stuff. So kind of keep an eye out for that. So they could be better. I mean, if you get a conj out of it, out of any kind of redeem code, it's a win. Conjures are so important, and they're always going to be adding heroes, and you're never going to catch up on trinkets. I mean, even if you're a big spender, like it costs a lot of money to max out every trinket. It's going to take a long time. I mean, I spent a good amount of money, and I'm not even close to having trinkets maxed out. Not even close. I have a long ways to go with my trinkets. I have I have one at 80, I think. No, two at 80. So I have two maxed out for season 2, and then the levels are going to go higher for next season, and I don't even have them all ascended yet. So if you can get a conj and you can get a trinket, I mean, you're always going to be needing stuff. So a free conj is a free conj. Even if it's not, you don't think it's worth it, it is. Anything can help. Alright. Still auto trading. Anything going on in guild? That slideshow guy. Oh, How long till the new map opens? 5 hours, 50 minutes. Free is free. I agree, 100%. I'll take anything for free. I ain't shy away. Okay, so you said swap Sharky with Will, right? Yes. I said, so swap Sharky with Will, and then Molly is fine where she is right now. And I would put, replacing Sharky, I would put Lord Kojo in there that you had. And Molly's fine where she is. She's a captain. She's totally fine there until you can find a. If you start getting more strategy heroes, you can kind of make a strategy ship. And I think that's going to be your best play there. Did the Pirate Legend thing change yet? No. 2 more hours. I have, can I not reply to my own message in Discord? Uh, nope, you kind of flip flop. So I would have put Lord Kojo with your Luna. So you have Molly, Lord Kojo, Luna, and then put Lester with Sharky and Ned. I applied your YouTube. It'll be interesting to look for your updates in the game. Yeah, man. I'll try to keep them come out. Daily lots of accounts that are selling with low price and the power is. Woof. I'm finding day by day accounts that are selling. Wow, for that much, huh? At 56 million power? Dang, that's kind of crazy. Um, yeah, I'm hoping there's more updates. I like I said, we just had a questionnaire that went out to stuff that we'd like to see added, improve, change in the game. So hopefully the devs are looking to add a lot more stuff in the game. I mean, I have lots of ideas that'll keep the game interesting, fresh, fun. So we'll see what they do. I mean, they want to keep people logged into the game for sure, instead of just sitting around auto trading for 2 weeks waiting for another season. That gets pretty boring and repetitive really quickly. So hopefully they add some new stuff in. But Fear, I appreciate it, man, coming and hanging out. It's been good talks. Hopefully you learned a few things and we had some questions answered. What do I still need to do? Get this all done. Claim all those. I don't even know who this person was. Don't even know who that person was. Paxi, did you figure it all out? What I told you? And I said, like, let me know how those changes worked out for you, man. Hopefully they you can see an immediate difference. This might not end well. Just wanted to say that I played another game that had a big market for selling and buying accounts, and many ways they would get permaban. It's true. I mean, they can definitely track. I mean, it's usually linked to usually linked to somebody or linked through different accounts, and they see the those links get changed. I mean, the IP had changed, regional. I mean, they could definitely see it. So OBS when season 3 portal appear after season 2 icon disappears. So the season 2 icon will disappear up here where it says season 3 for me, and it's usually about 3 days later. You should actually be able to see it if you go to, I think it was if you go to here under like season 3 or season 2, whatever it shows for you in your Grand Odyssey. There's usually a timer up here that'll say something like it'll have a countdown to when the season, it'll have a timer will tell you, like 1 day left till season 3 Odyssey or something. I forgot exactly what it says, but there is a countdown timer up here that you can find out on under the Odyssey board. It's kind of up near the top, and then once that one finishes, you'll have pretty much 4 days of pre-season 3. You'll get like the saga, the new saga will start. You can do the first couple missions for that, and then it'll give you the beginning of the campaign. That it'll give you like, I think it was like 10 quests to do before you can get to the breach. And then your last quest for that will wait until the blue breach opens. So once the icon goes away, it's like another day. And then you'll all see. Another way to see it, kind of, to guesstimate when your season's going to start, if you go under your conges and you go to click the calendar over down here, if you go to the end, this was April 22nd. So I think April 22nd is when the season, after April 22nd is when our timer showed up for season 3 for the 3 to 4 days that we've been preseason stuff to do. And then today will be when we can go through the breaches. So OBS, hopefully I think that answers your question. Yep, it's true, Jack Sparrow. I mean, people can take their own risk. It might work, might not. Might work for a little while, then they ban you later. Uh, Anything can happen. But I'm aware people buy, sell accounts, give them away. People pilot accounts. So you never know. But that's the risk you gotta take. Question is it worth it to you or not? You either gotta risk it for the biscuit or just play the game normally. Man, I am liking this thing that hides all the ships that are just chilling there. Definitely it feels like the game is running very much smoother after that change. That is a huge change that they did. And I think that's going to take a lot of load off the servers. There's another thing I was telling them that, like, the fights are great concept for the port fights, but when the lag is not even allowing you to attack or even see yourself attacking, and it's like a 20-second lag, doesn't make it very fun. So hopefully that helps a lot. Fury, for this for my channel here, yeah, I only started this really my channel here for this game, and it was mostly just to help out gang members and everything. But a lot of people kept asking for more help, and I figured, stream some stuff here, add a couple videos, not taking anything too seriously, not trying to be a huge streamer or a hype man or anything like that. I mostly just do it for fun, try to help out where I can when I am on the game. But yeah, this is the only game I'll stream. So if you're looking for just Sea of Conquest stuff, you can kind of come back here, and this is all there will be. Any content will all be Sea of, sea of Conquest. I don't play too many other games. I mean, there's some games I play with some other friends that I have mobile games with that I've been playing for a long time. We'll play some games here and there, but I mostly just stick to one game. Some games I'll play some PC games here and there with some other friends, but I mostly just stick to one game. Um, is it true that there can be two other servers in season 3 that were not in season 2? Yes. So I'll show you right now our season 3 OBS. So the only other server, I don't, we didn't even have 117 in our last one. So none of these servers that we fought, none of these servers are the ones we fought in season 2. These are all separate servers. Oh, thing, yeah. So slideshow, yeah, just confirmed it. Yeah, we didn't match with a single server that we played in season 2. And this is only true for any server over server 80. Any server before server 80 is still playing against, the same people. They didn't implement this new matchmaking until level server 80s. So yeah, these are all new servers that we've never played against. Now, is that true? That's only true for us. But if you have similar servers that were, if you all were around the same power, you had around the same activity, you could still match up with some servers that you had in season 2. It all comes down to a couple different factors that they have implemented for matchmaking. Mm-hmm. 5 more hours. We can pull some conjas. Want some new heroes. Want my Cutthroat hero. Want to do some testing. Can't wait to do some squad raids. Love some squad raids. Love me some squad raids. Can't wait to meet some new people on the new server. Can't wait to have some more new enemies. It'll be refreshing. All new people. That ship is so cool, though. The Happy Clown, with his freaking clown ship. That is a cool skin. I really wish they added buffs to certain skins. I mean, make it more worthwhile than just a. Yeah, I know. I mean, it adds a little bit more advantage to your ship, but they do look cool. That one looks awesome. Freaking big clown balloon. And it's kind of cool that the the balloons move with the wind, so you're sailing, and it looks like they're the wind's pushing them back. That's really cool. That's really good game design. And then you have like the guy in the front, off the front mast, playing like the drum. It is a really cool skin. Definitely beats the Cupid one. That was like messing up the game and making everyone's screens pink. That was pretty funny. Just kind of stopped using that skin. I have it. I just don't use it. Could use the fart and the hearts out again. But the balloons, that's really cool. The trail of balloons, that would have been really cool. I wasn't in the game to get the Christmas one. I think I came into the game right after that, and our server came out. And the flagship skins, the big blue one. Is it possible to link my phone? Yes, back here. Yeah, this is a really cool skin. But oh, it's a monkey. I didn't even notice it was a monkey. I thought it was just like a little guy. So there's a little monkey playing the drum. That's cool. I have the Cupid one, which is fun. But it had a lot of glitches that it would change people's screens all pink. when it first came out. That was pretty funny. And then the basic ship. But hopefully they come out with more skins. Hopefully give them kind of buffs to use. I mean, that'd be kind of nice to have like certain skins give more defense bonuses or attack bonuses, so you can want to use them and swap them out for certain things. Or I would love a sail that gave more sailing speed. A flagship skin that gives sailing speed. That would be nice for trading. Swap out that skin when you want to do trading. Or one flagship gives you more gold return on trading. They could do a lot of stuff with the skins. I mean, it's more money in their pocket, but it also benefits the player instead of just look cooler. But again, it's more pay to win mechanics that people don't like in monetization, which I get it, but it doesn't mean they can't do free ones. Have like an event where you can get a flagship skin every time, like when they do the seasonal. I don't know what you want to call it. I guess it's like a pass, the season pass, and it gives you those things to do. They could add skins into that as well. That'll give you bonuses. They did. That was one of the things. I mean, I didn't really care about it. I mean, I didn't add that because it was like select 5 of what you actually care about. I pretty much picked like the PvE content and PvP but yeah, I think that would be a good implementation into the season pass, as I guess they're calling it. I don't I know I think it's a different name, but they add that, like, yeah, they add a ship in there, they add conges. I don't see why they can't, like, at the end, if you finish it for the free to play stuff, add a skin for that season that could give a buff, give some kind of incentive to make sure you log in and do your stuff for the year or the for the season. That would be nice and help the free to play people out so they don't feel left out with skins. I think that's a good implementation they could do. If they ask or come out with another survey, I'll remember that and I'll add that in there. So many people and all the ships appear. What are all these slackers doing? Nothing. Make them disappear. Looking cool is a serious mental health buff. True. True. People like what their stuff looks like. That's why skins and everything do so well, and like League of Legends and other games like Call of Duty. I mean, their skin markets are crazy. Everyone likes to look cool, different. You know, I get it. You want to stand out. You want to shine like a star. Some want to poop hearts. Some want a big balloon. Some go. I mean, like I said, the balloon one. I mean, there's a lot of people that, like, have clown names or Joker names, so that works pretty well. And it kind of goes with pirates. I mean, even like the game like Lost Ark out there had you know some themes that looking like a clown. I forgot what his name was, but I remember seeing him as like a big boss, and there were a lot of people that try to make themselves look the same. But yeah, there's people like to stand out, shine, look different, which I think they should add that stuff. Different paints for the sails. I think you should be able to change sails. I think you should, maybe have like, I don't know, something with cannons. Make your cannons do different, show different, styles, or that'd be cool. I'm really excited for the stuff they could add in and make the things more interesting. Anybody have any more questions? Any concerns? Anything for build wise, trinkets, what heroes you should put in, where, what stats you should be looking for, attributes. I don't know why it tells me to upgrade. I can't upgrade my heroes. I don't know why it shows go upgrade your drill hall. Yeah, well, I can't at the moment. Okay. right back for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. I had to go grab my cell phone. Totally forgot it in the other room. Man, why these emails are crazy. I've been getting these freaking spam emails in my gaming email that I use for pretty much all my games. It's just like every day. He's trying to tell me, click this link. You have an account open that you're gonna lose money out of. It's like every day with a different name. Dang, people will probably click it because they say, "Oh, I have money in an account that I never knew existed. Let me just click this random link." It's like a Saudi prince wants to give me money, like back in the day. They definitely have gotten more creative, that's for sure. These flagships are taking forever these days. Parts. Everything's like a 10-day, 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 10-day. I think I cleared out BIP refreshes. I've got all that cleared out. I should buy this, but I don't need it right now. As soon as save the gems. Got my gold cigars, money. Is that one 500k too? That's 100k. Yeah, I don't need those. Let's see. 5 more hours. What's going on, gang chat? What am I missing? I'm this off for 2 years. Berry pack. Summer sunset. Favorite sea, I would take 70s or nothing crazy going on there. So conch pulls tonight then, huh? You think I'll give us the Ani first? I take it. I mean, if it goes like other people's season started, then yes, I think we get to start with him. But maybe they change it up and we get Wanda instead. And I mean, that'll change things and kind of the game plan. Um, I think Wanda's going to be I don't know, man. Like I said, I want to swap out Wanda. I want to put Wanda. There we go. Oh, I definitely want to put Wanda on my Stormbringer. I want to get rid of Lester, so I'll put Cordelia where Lester is. Have her trinket with that, and then I'll put Wanda with where Cordelia is, and I'm gonna rock that as my first build and see how that goes. But I also want to try taking Tanaka out. I mean, that'll ruin my ship bonus for the Rage when the ship launches. Is it only? Actually, maybe it won't. Yeah, I think it will. When the ship launches a base attack at the target. Yeah, so I'll kind of lose the benefit of the Rage skill if I take Tanaka out. But the question is it worth taking Tanaka out and putting Django in there? Will I get better results? That's the question that I'm still need to figure out, and we won't know. I mean, technically, I could test it probably now. I mean, putting Cordelia where Lester is, and then putting, or I mean, yeah, I could just test it now and see if I get better results with Django here instead of Tanaka. But I want to see what the whole wand is set up with the trinkets and everything, to make my last thought on it. But with Tanaka in there, I'm going to get the additional bonus off the Storebringer ship for the 200% rage if there's dot damage going on. And that can trigger every 6 seconds. So a lot of the other bonuses can't trigger. I mean, this one's every 3 seconds. I think Django's is it every 10 seconds that his rage bonus goes off. Where's my Django? Django rage restoration rate is 18%. So that can go off every following 5 seconds. And that's not just like a flat increase, that's a percentage increase. So if that rage restoration rate goes off on your rage ship, 18% of all the other rage stuff that's going off, can that make a huge difference? That is the question. Is that 18% going to be better? Wanda is good. She's doing a lot of damage and she's healing too, like Cordelia. So, yeah, I mean, with the healing and everything, I'm just questioning from my Stormbringer and with my Django. Which Stormbringer ship did you have before? Was it the Ultimate? Was it the Ultimate in which you do? So, the Stormbringer I had was the whatever the one you bought. What was that ultimate skill? Hold on, let's go into it. Ships, build, Stormbringer unique skills. It came with the one that you could buy was the severe damage. When the damage over time, burning and taking on water inflicted by the ship deals damage, there was a 10% probability that the affected ship will have its impact decreased by 48% or its armor decrease. It matters if it was water taking on water damage or armor. So I had I had burning damage going on, so it decreased its impact. Where if I had taking on water damage, it would have reduced their armor, which I think would have been much better than reducing their impact because, reducing more armor on their flagship would have been huge. So I think this skill, if you're going the Adeline build, and like you had Barnacle on there, I think this ultimate skill would be much better from my understanding of how the game would play, and with reducing their armor by 48%, I feel like that would make Adeline and Barnacle do a lot more damage overall. So I think this skill would be better than this skill for Fury, which I feel like is going to be more beneficial by using this as a support ship over the actual support ship we're supposed to get next season. It's something that has to be tested, and it will be tested because like I said, if we can see a difference with swapping out Tanaka with Django, that begs the difference. Okay, we should probably try the support ship over the Stormbringer ship because if this skill is not really playing a big impact on that setup, ask the question, what do they look like on a regular support ship that's going to give us more healing, bonuses, and everything? And I don't know if it has rage skills on it for the raid. I don't know, and I can't. I don't have an account. My account on a season 4 doesn't have it, so I don't know. That's going to be a lot of tough questions, and that's going to take some testing to see if this skill makes a difference to not use the support ship that we're going to get next season with Wanda and I could like Django and Cordelia. It's definitely going to have to be tested, and I don't think anyone's really talked about it, and there's nothing out there that says it could be better, and I don't think people know, because I don't think people are really thinking about that. They're just like, what's the top tier hero? Is it an S tier? I hate tier lists because there's just so many factors that can go into it. I mean, yes, a hero could be really, really good, but there's other things that can play into it that you can have a better combo with other heroes. So the Warhammer one was the fleet surrender. So I mentioned earlier, you might have been gone slideshow, that the fleet surrender one that came with the ship that when you bought it, this one was increasing Kojo's damage much more. I was doing more damage with this one for Kojo than I'm doing now with the same old trick. And I think the same old trick is making Luna look much, much better because I think she's getting a higher crit damage attack off, which then that is making that attack happen every 10 seconds. So I think Luna's getting the highest attack off, and then it's just spamming that attack every 10 seconds, which is awesome. I mean, I feel like it's doing more damage than what this was, but this one definitely made Kojo shine better than he is shining now, which I'm really kind of excited. I mean, that's happening because the goal is to replace Kojo. I mean, with the new hero that they brought in, and this was also nice. The damage that will increase the target's current HP decreases. Boost can increase up to 100% of the attack. So, like I said, this skill was working better with the heroes, with Kojo and everything. But if you have a good Luna, I think this one in Season 2 will be playing better out for you. And I think this skill could definitely be better in Season 3. But then the cost of strength, the armor-piercing one, I think could work even better with the new hero coming in Season 3. Because he does armor-piercing already for one of his skills. And then if you add on this with him to do more armor-piercing and reduce armor, I think this could be better for Season 3, maybe. And that's a maybe. It would take some testing, but the more you can reduce somebody's armor, on especially like their flagship and all that, I mean, this could be huge. This could be much better. I don't know. Like I said, these unique skills in the ships can play off the different heroes, so every season could be different where you might have shined last season until that new hero came in that's going to play better with one of these unique skills. So right now, I think the same old trick with my Luna is my best bang for my buck, but that could change next time with cost of strength with the new hero in season 3 for the armor piercing that he does. And then the also Sharky, I mean, technically if you can reduce the armor with this, with Cutthroat, he also does the brittle armor, which reduces armor as well. So that's a lot of armor reducing. Lots of armor piercing. So yeah, there's a lot of things that could play in factors which could work better. So right now, I don't think there's a set skill that's better than each other, and it comes off of what heroes we're going to be using. But right now, cost of strength I think is working better on my Warbringer for my current setup. But again, like I said, the armor piercing one could be much better next season. Could be. Or it's just going to make that skill even better, where he's going to be doing more damage than Luna, and he could be spamming a much higher crit damage attack because he's doing that armor piercing as well. But I know his other attack. I go look at it. Characters. Let's go here. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. So his first attack, on his first attack, he does, it's like 700% damage. Hold on, it's, here he is, Animusha. So he deals cutthroat damage equal to 450% of his attack to one ship in the target fleet. And the cutthroat damage factor, so if we get him to level 80, that's probably like 660% of his attack to one ship. So that's a lot of cutthroat damage, which that's huge on its own. So that could be, if you have a crit damage attack, if you get a crit off with high crit damage with, 660%, or well, I mean, it's going to go up to 720 when you have him maxed out. That could be a huge hit, and then that Warhammer skill, unique skill, will make him spam that skill, which he would be definitely doing more damage than probably any other hero out there. I did. I'll go back to that and I'll show you. But yes, I'll show you my guild rep. And then he has this. Is it this one? So he's going to have increased critical up. So this skill is going to be, I think, obsolete. I don't know how this is going to work. So his crit rate will go up. So when he hits a wounded ship in a skill with a skill, he'll become enraged for the following 2 seconds. Cool. 2 seconds, not very long. The effect can be triggered at most every 8 seconds. But when he's enraged, he increases critical rate by 14%. So I don't. We're already our max crit, and that can go up to 30%. I don't think this is a really worth skill to upgrade. So I don't think this is a big factor. I think this is skills, for people that somehow doesn't have max crit yet. And then the crit damage one is huge. I mean, that's why I think that's unique skill, because whoever does the highest crit damage attack in the first 10 seconds, I feel like it's going to be him. And I feel like we're going to keep spamming his skill. So he'll be better swapped out with Kojo. And then this is his armor piercing, brittle armor. It decreases the ship armor generically by 12%, and it creates a healing debuff. And that the ship armor can be decreased by 20%, which I said that the other unique skill could play off of that, and then reduce the healing, which is huge. So I think with the unique skill I have, my Warhammer, he's going to be better. He's going to be creating the higher crit damage attack, and he'll be doing a lot more damage, and I think it's going to play better. So I think that the Warhammer ship I have now is much better than the one I just had, in conclusion. So let me go back to character, my main account. It's about 2 million on the grassland, close to reviewed. I'm pretty close there. I'll show you. I don't have all the flags though, which someone brought up, asked me if I had them all because they didn't have any of them. But if I go to my guild reps, I'm almost done. I got respect almost done with respect here. With I'm just gonna call it the Mockingjay bird one, and the elephant I kind of use some of there, but I don't have the flag for the sunrise one, so I haven't been able to do anything for that. But this is just a huge advantage on its own to be already ahead of the game and getting those buffs. Because does it show us the buffs we get? It does. Season 3. I mean, we'll get the crit rate again. It'll fill that hole for the ones that don't have 100%. Attack bonuses are great, like the crit rate. Like I mean, HP 1 is what I'm more excited about in the attack bonus. So that already puts us ahead of the game. Off the better start. So we'll have a little advantage there that people already, and then we'll also be able to make more gold since we're already past that. I just think the question is, well, it'll probably put us where the sunrise is, so it'll just let us play catch up because each region, there might be the Mockingjay area where there's more Mockingjay ports, but hopefully we get the sunrise area where I can just catch sunrise back up to where the other ones are at. But again, to go back to what I was saying, so like Luna is my hardest hitting one. If we go and look at the report of the last time I did beat you, right here, she's doing the most, and like I said, I think it's because of the unique skill that's on my Warhammer now, and she right now is getting the highest crit off in the first 10 seconds. But I mean, Kojo's still doing really good. I mean, it's not like he's doing awful, that's for sure. But I think Kojo's replacement will be better. But I also want to test, as we talked about, maybe putting Kojo somewhere else and having more cutthroat damage and how that will play. A lot of testing. A lot of testing is going to have to happen in Season 3. A lot of things can change. I think a lot of people aren't thinking some of these things out. They're just saying, okay, this is what worked last season, and I'm going to keep doing that. Like, for the amount of stars, I mean, I literally have Chi maxed out, and she's not even close to, like, Sharky damage at all, which blows my mind. So, like, I'm wondering if I could even put, let's see, so this is my Stormbringer, which I already know is terrible. That's going to be my support ship. In the strategy, like, my Boa max stars is just awful damage. Just awful. So what if I put Kojo in there? Am I going to get a better damage reward out of that instead of freaking Boa? That's max stars VIP hero? Like, I maybe. Maybe it's going to be better. I'm going to test it. It's not that I'm not going to test it. But for the maxed out Boa, for a VIP hero, she's complete garbage for what she's doing. She doesn't debuff. She just puts dots on. At least Molly's debuffing, so I can get why her damage would be less because she's more of a debuffer like Cursed Ed. But for Boa being what she's supposed to be, is not producing anything. So if I can get more damage out of Kojo being on like a wrong type of ship with more Cutthroat, it might be a no-brainer. So I'm gonna test it. That's definitely a thing. I'm not against it trying it, and I think it could work. Having four Cutthroat heroes could definitely be a thing. Could definitely be a thing. Or another thing I was thinking about, instead of, keeping Tanaka on the Storebringer ship, but maybe putting Django instead of Boa for even more rage and all the other rage for my unique ship of my Storebringer, which could create more. So another thing to test, putting Django in the first mate spot instead of Boa is something that should be tested and see how it performs instead of Boa. But right now, Boa is just not doing anything. Not worth it. I mean, look at your strategy ship. Boa didn't even do any damage the last time we attacked each other. So Boa is just not doing anything that she should be doing at all. Still, hello, I'm a rank 4 player in the #1 gang in server 147. What server are you on? We're on server 118, and we're about to go again against server 98, 100, 111, 114, 117, and season 3. And these are all servers we have never faced in season 2, so it'll be some different. How strong is your gang in server 147? What's your guys' gang power? Kind of curious. But will Kojo specific targeting still be better in overall battle, the weakest ship aspect? It might, Keith. That's what I said. We have it's something that has to be tested that we haven't tested because he's just been doing so well in my Cutthroat ship. So like I haven't changed him. And you're right. I mean, with Bones' buffs that he does to Cutthroat and everything, will he still do good? Maybe. He might. That's why I said the other thing I want to test. Maybe Kojo doesn't work on another ship after the new hero, but Django will, and Django will be a better benefit with adding more rage to allow your other heroes to do more damage, more of their alt skills. Okay, 3.7 billion. That's not bad. I mean, we're sitting at we weren't. I mean, this just all changed. So we're at 4.7 billion, but at the end of season 3, I think we were at 3.8 billion. So we were pretty close to what you guys were when our season 2 ended. But we had two gangs on our server that were about the same power, and we weren't getting along. But now we hashed everything out, and we kind of made one fighter gang and like a one farmer gang. So our power in the last 2 days has gone up. So we weren't as strong as we were in season 2 than that we are now. The number one gang in our server, 146, has made our season 2 miserable. Not team players. That can happen. Uh, we we had some things like that. We had some arguments and things that didn't go well. We had some betrayal on our season 2, and we got kicked out of the middle from our allies at that time on that server. The Reign of Krakens, don't trust them if you get them. I think they were server 116. So if you have server 116 in your next season, beware. Don't trust them because they will backstab you. But yeah, it was a 3v1 against us in the middle, and they kicked us out. And we're still able to get a port 5, which it's nice that the game has mechanics where you can upgrade ports and get, you know, still get the benefits. But the real question is, is it really worth the next season or, the seasons ahead of time for a couple conges to backstab people? Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but you don't get, like, the season rewards aren't, like, something that's, like, huge. I mean, to backstab other people and ruin relationships later on in your future, is it worth a couple more conges and, like, one hero select or one trinket select now that they have in there? Maybe, maybe not. But the season rewards, I mean, aren't huge. I mean, they are nice. We were never able to get to the middle because of their whales. We got port 6 in the agreement. That's great. I mean, that's what our agreement was. The three gangs that were all allies with each other, we were splitting all the port 6s, and then we had the one fight for port 7, but unfortunately our port 7 fight was, they decided to do one of the patch upgrades during that time, so it kicked everyone out of the game, and then we had about 200 ships at port 7, and the game froze, and you couldn't do anything when we were able to get back in, and then at that time, we were getting attacked by three gangs, so we had to pretty much defend all our territory for the last couple of days, and then we just got kicked out of the middle. So a lot of things can happen. I mean, it's unfortunate, but maybe you'll see them next season. Maybe you won't. Like I said, we're not seeing any of the same gangs besides our own server in the next season. So, but beware of the Reign of Krakens. They'll probably backstab you. Don't don't believe what they say, and they'll try to poach all your members too. So they were trying to poach from every server they could. Everyone win-win. When we all work together, we all hope they get paired with a tougher gang. And they probably will. So like I mentioned this earlier that any server past server 80 has a new matchmaking system. So it's all based off gang power, activity, and a couple other factors that they won't kind of release and tell people. But if there were a bigger gang with a lot of whales, they'll get matched up this season with you know, same size whales as them. So if the word gets out how they acted in the last season, I mean, they're going to have a tougher time this coming season. So it's good to keep those relationships. And like you said, if you can work with each other and you all win, that'll go into the next season and benefit you all instead of, backstabbing each other for that one win that season. And then next season, you're going to get matched up to somebody that might have done it the same and you're not going to have a fun time. So don't think you're the only one when we dealt with it. And that's what happened in our season 2 as well. Like the one gang that we were keeping out of the middle between the three allies was a gang that literally kicked everyone out of their middle in season 1, and they had their other gangs come to us before the season even started and let us know what happened to them. And we said, okay, well, we're all going to gain up against them and make sure they don't get in the middle. And that's what happened until the end, and where we got backstabbed by our two allies, and the other gang, they helped out the other gang to get in the middle and take our spot. So things can happen. Just question, is it worth backstabbing people? Because you're going to have to play with them in the future probably, and people will remember that. Steven0224, if you're, from Discord, if you're in here, I mean, you can answer. I'll try to answer anything I can. I know you hit me up in Discord. I replied back to you. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, so with our new with our new gang, there are two gangs coming together on our server. We kind of came up in the agreement where actually our rank 5 just changed. I mean, what we did for the agreement was that if we were going to come together into one gang, both rank 5s could not be the rank 5, and then all the rank 4s, we did a community vote of who would be a temporary rank 5. And then a week from now, or a couple days, I don't know what the exact date is, that we're going to do a vote for our permanent rank 5. But most of all the decisions are going to come from all the rank 4s from both the gangs that came together. So it wasn't anything really against the other rank 5s. It's just, they had their own opinions, but we wanted to have a better, stronger server. So that was a compromise we came up with. So actually, we have a new rank 5 right now. So kind of going through the same, but unfortunately, that's terrible. Has some health problems, and a rank 5 can make a difference with diplomacy stuff. But if you have good rank 4s, I mean, they can definitely step up and help. But if you, I can show you right now too. Um, Trailblazers. So the servers that we're matched up against, like I said, it's mostly power and activity. We're pretty similar. So I'll show you ours first. So we're at 4.7 billion power with a strong active 175. Because like I said, we just all merged. We took out anyone that was AFK. So there's nobody in our gang that's probably been offline more than one day. So if I filtered it, there's no one that's off for more than a couple hours. So this is a strong 175 out of 180 gang members. So if we go to the other servers, leaderboard, let's go to Sin first. Their gang, I mean, they're at 179 out of 80, technically 4.8 billion. I don't know why sometimes it shows up as G. So we're pretty much identical in power, identical in the amount of people. Question is, they won't show me if they've been offline or not, but hopefully they're just as strong. And with active people, same thing with Empire. They're sitting at 3.9 billion power with 161 people. The biggest gang that we're going to be going against is they're called the Cartel. What server? We got to find one of their people real quick. The Cartel Game Tag War from server 111. They're at 5.2 billion power with 173, and they have some pretty decent sized people. 56 million power, pretty much, which is just as strong as one of our strongest people on our server. And their next couple people were stronger than, but they have a lot of 50s and high level 40 people. So that they're the strongest gang going into the next season. We are about to go back up to 170 with all actives. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we lost a lot of. I mean, nothing against people. I mean, once we got kicked out of the middle, and it kind of came like a farming game, if you could even farm, because it was nonstop attacks the whole time. So you couldn't really even auto trade very well to get your guild rep. So a lot of people, I mean, we lost quite a few people. or a lot of people weren't as active. We did a lot of fighting in season 1 against our own server. Like we went back to season 1, we were fighting a lot in season 1. Like our season 1 was very active up to like the last 3 days where we were still fighting. Like we were attacking up here, then they changed position and started pushing this way, and then we started building back out from our middle. So we were still like season 1 was hopping. So that was fun. I mean, that kind of kept things activity, but like with that 2-week period after the settlement and everything, I mean, just auto trading the whole time. I really hope they add more stuff to keep people active and wanting to be doing stuff to keep people logging in. I'm hoping they add a lot of points of interest in the game, add a lot more gang activities. The brining event's just not, that fun. Hopefully they add more stuff like that you can do with gang members to keep people active. One of our whales left out of our other one gang. We'll definitely bite him in the ass. So I'm guessing did he server transfer or did he go to another gang on your server? Luckily, we haven't really had any of our whales leave. I mean, the ones that have all been on our server have either stayed on the server and everything. We did have some people from season 2 on other servers transfer to us. It does get boring, and I've mentioned that I had some surveys sent my way. I've had some talks with the devs, and I gave them quite a few examples of adding more gang activities, more ways for PvP. The main thing I've been pushing hard on, I mean, from like day 1, is the stronghold or gates. Why even have these in the game if we can't even lock them? With us being able to lock these gates and stopping people from traveling through them, it will make these other ones mean a lot more. You might have to build out, like this one's getting blocked, you can't break through their defense, so you have to build the other way, and then makes them build over to the other side if they want to defend, and then they have to defend 2 gates, which is going to be much harder. So I really hope they add more stuff we can do. I hope they can add stuff where we can add. I mean, one of the big ideas I pushed, I wanted, which they added into the game, was to make your sentries attack, which is great, but I mean, they really need the up the damage. I mean, I think each attack from a tower sentry is like 500 damage, which is nothing. So I hope they buff that. I hope they give us stuff, maybe like we can add like barricades or some kind of defenses to stuff. But I really want more stuff to add more PvP and help us out. Jumbo Muffin, what's up? What's up, Jumbo? We did gain a few whales, and we gained like Poor from the other server came over, a lot of their members, because of what the Reign of Krakens did to them the season prior. So they've been great. They're great people. That's a huge win. Void and Siri and Xena and all them that came over, they've been awesome. So good things can happen to people that backstab. To the other people that don't get backstabbed, you might get more better members over. Let's see. We're gonna have people from server 153 join us. We thought there was gonna be a free transfer day, but it never happened. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, appreciate it. Like, the gates are awesome. Rumble is boring. Yep. These are fine. The good thing out of the straights is just testing. I mean, we use the straights to pretty much test things out with heroes and everything. But yeah, doesn't do much, but it's really good for testing. The only thing to really test damage on is towers when there's no squad raids. The squad raids are okay, they're fun, but that's a good testing zone for damage and how your ships are going to work because the thing lasts a lot longer. Frigates just don't last long enough to really test heroes out, so maybe they'll get stronger later on. But yeah, I really want other stuff to add into the game to make, it's a strategy game, so you need more stuff in the game to add to the strategy. And, why are we playing a strategy game if it's just, okay, take this port, okay, now we're going to take this stronghold so we can just, get the bonuses and then get rid of it and just keep building sentry towers out. There's a lot of stuff that they could steal from other games, like from Rise of Kingdoms, Call of Dragons. The one thing I think Call of Dragons do very well is their point of interest of a boss in each region you have to build out to. And then what I think they could do here, not copying completely, but like give us like, have a huge Kraken that takes like 20 ships to bring it down, and it's in this one part right here that you can fight over, and it like refreshes every week, and it could give you like better ship parts, than you would get from like regular Krakens, or give you a buff for the week for like more gold, more gold for during trading, or 5% attack buff for the week. So make things that you want to take over in the region that you're placed in, since not make these things just obsolete after you try to just go to the middle. Make you want to go back to these other regions for a reason, for buffs, or keep gang activity going. I really want to see that in the game. Uh, can you run through your setup? Yeah, I can run up. So what I'm running right now, and why one of my ships is not, I already know is not the best run, but for, you want to see like all my setups for my flagship. Is that what you're asking, Pestle? The Jumbo, you're right. Yeah, the new ship parts are awful. That's why I still use level 18 ship parts. We had the luxury of getting them when they were good, and they're still better than the level 20 ones. But were you asking to see my current setups for my ships? Is that what you were asking? Okay. So for my flagship, I'm rocking like the pretty standard, tank build. If you're more free to play and you don't have Magnus as a VIP hero, I would swap this out for Armstrong, and then I would have the same just with Armstrong, and then you could probably run Rudder for your trinket if you have one. But with having Magnus, the Rudder's kind of obsolete, so I feel, and from our testing, is that 3 shields work better. And then for my strategy ship, as I said, I know you might have saw like a lot of the talks about testing. This is what I have right now, but I think Boa can be changed out with somebody else. She is not producing, even with her max stars. But I'm still using the strategy ship parts. I've ran these ship parts the whole season, but now they're even buffed more, so that'll help. With instead of running Blade of Freedom the whole time, my Warhammer, I'm here. I have this. I'm using the Cutthroat parts. Have a good one, Slideshow. Thanks for hanging out and talking, man. We'll do some more testing later. So back to this. Yeah, I'm still using the Cutthroat chip parts. I just changed my Warhammer out. I'm using I built this one yesterday, and I'm using the same old trick Cutthroat skill, which I've seen a huge improvement with this with Luna. And I think the season 3 hero, this will work very well. And then I have, using Bones, Lord Kojo, and Luna. I think if you're rocking Blade of Freedom ship parts, you could swap out Kojo for a little bit more survivability with Lulu. Uh, so go back here to strategy. So why Bone Shrink, or why am I using Bone Shrinking on them? Because the ship parts I don't have to get the most crit. Your crit rate is the best stat you want to go for. So right now the Bones Trinket gives the crit rate you need. It doesn't matter about you don't get the second skill, but you still get the crit rate. And crit rate means more. And then these trinkets, the Bones Trinkets, are going to get replaced with the new trinket from Ani. Ani's new trinket, because that one flat without even ascended, it's going to give you 18, and then you'll be able to get the first mate buff that gives you attack bonus as well. I thought the paid Warhammer would be way better than the ones you could build. Jumbo, it can. The one that you buy, the Drake gems, yeah, you could use that too. But this is just gets me. So like my goal was to get every ship over to like my Cutthroat ship is pretty much at 100%, and then I want to work on crit damage. And you can see the huge difference when getting your crit up to 100%, like how much more damage that ship does. You can definitely see the difference, which is huge. And then this is my Stormbringer ship. But to go back to what you said, Jumbo, the paid Warhammer ship, the skill that it comes with it is good. And like I was showing earlier that through reports and everything with that ship and that skill, Lord Kojo definitely does more damage with that skill. But I think in the future of, with if you have a good Luna and with the new hero coming out as your first mate, he's going to scale so much better with this skill or the armor breaking skill on one of the other ships that you can build, because he does crit rate. He has crit rate and he has crit damage, and he has a better percentage of his skill that'll do higher damage. And this skill right here is going to keep for the first 10 seconds. It grabs the highest cutthroat damage, and then it'll use that highest cutthroat damage every 10 seconds. So it's like a double attack with the highest damaging attack. So you do like a 500k crit in the first 10 seconds, it's going to do that same 500k crit every 10 seconds. So with him being a new hero, I think that skill is going to be better with the new heroes. In my yes, I have my ship parts also have crit rate. So I mean, but my goal was to get the crit rate up to 100% on every ship. The only one that crit rate really doesn't matter is like on a support ship or a dot ship. The dots can initially crit, but the damage over time cannot crit. So really crit's worthless on this kind of ship like my Stormbringer. And this Stormbringer is going to be pretty much turned into a support ship in Season 3. My goal is to have Cordelia swap out with Lester, and then have Wanda where Cordelia is. And then Tanaka's skill is, I'm going to keep him there, but I'm also going to do testing with Django. But with him having dots on this unique skill, will give my heroes 200 more rage of all heroes as well. So this unique skill is going to work off Tanaka with Wanda giving rage, and same with Cordelia. And I think I want to try Django in a couple setups as well to get more rage. And then my last ship is the Krypton Sentinel, which will be getting replaced with the new ship of the artillery ship in Season 3. I'm using the artillery ship part, and Sharky's just pumping damage. My Chi does not do much damage. I mean, for maxed out stars heroes, it doesn't add much damage. I can tell you that. Like my Sharky almost doubles my Chi damage, and she's maxed out stars with good trinket. Like if I go back into my straight clashes and I show you the report against slideshow, we're pretty much even, and I show you my cutthroat damage ship. Luna was doing the most. Kojo's not too far off, but Luna on my previous Warhammer ship with the ship that I bought, Kojo was always my top damage, but now Luna with the new one is producing more damage. And then with my artillery ship, like Sharky is just pumping damage over my Chi, and I feel like Chi, for being max stars and being like one of the special heroes, she's not producing as much as she could. What special percent on your parts? Like, what do you mean? Like, for Cutthroat and like strategy? I did have much higher, especially my Cutthroat, but I kind of changed some parts around, and I think it has not as high Cutthroat damage. So if I go to flat out damage, 5.9%, this was up to like 50 something, 60 when I had a Cutthroat damage part on. Like if I swapped, I think it was a cannon. Hold on. If I go to cannons, yeah, so the black. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was this part. Yeah, so I had this one. So this is the one I'm using right now, which is the 25% attack bonus level 21 ship part. I do have my level 18 one that has a 20% increased cutthroat damage, but overall, right now, this was working better from testing back and forth with the stock attack bonus percentage increase. But I was going more cutthroat damage, flat cutthroat damage on it. But right now, it wasn't doing as good, and it's also a level 18 part over a level 21. So maybe if the next ship parts come out, they're like level 24 or whatever, and I get a really good cutthroat damage one, if it allows me to, I might just go back to more cutthroat damage. But it's going to take more testing. Definitely more testing. But that's what I'm rocking right now. But like I said, these bone trinkets are getting swapped out in a couple hours. Like these are going to get broken down and swapped right out. with the new heroes trinket. If the calendar stays the same and that's what we're getting with his trinket first. Like all these bone trinkets will be getting swapped out. The attack percent better than the damage. It was on the level 21 part seemed to do a little bit better than the flat cutthroat damage, the 20%. The 5% extra and a little bit more HP helped me stay a little bit, live a little bit longer and do more damage. So that's what I started rocking at the moment. Like I said, if when we get to the new season and get to try hopefully more parts and I get a flat cutthroat damage one, I would probably go back. It's going to take some testing. So somehow your Chi does more damage than Sharky, huh? Mine doesn't, and she's maxed out. Sharky's always my top damage on artillery. Why? I don't know. It's strange, but that's as of right now, my Sharky is doing more damage than my Chi. But yeah, in 4 more hours, I'm definitely going to be swapping out all my bones trinkets, and I'll show. I mean, if you haven't seen the season 3 trinket, I'll change my characters again and go back to season 4 to show you it. So if we go to trinkets, archive. So this is the trinket that should be coming with the new hero. If the calendar stays the same, we should get him first over Wanda. So the season 3 trinket, Bones trinket gives you that crit percent, 18%. And then if the wheeler's tag has first mate, so you can put this on all your first mate tags. And if there's any wounded ship in the target fleet, increase the attack of the ship by 14% cutthroat damage. Sorry. So if the first mate tag, and if there's any wounded ship in the target, so wounded means low HP, increase the attack of the ship by 14% and cutthroat damage by 14%. So this trinket's going to replace the bone trinket because anything with the first mate tag will get this second bonus. So you'll get the crit bonus like the bones trinket. So you're going to have the same amount of crit, and then you'll also get the additional cutthroat and attack damage. So all my bones trinkets are going to get swapped out with this trinket because it's going to give you stock 14%. This goes up to, I'm guessing, probably 20-25% once it's all fully enhanced. So you're going to almost get 40% more damage on top of the crit as long as it's on the first mate. So you're going to see a huge damage increase with just this trinket alone, which you should. If it works out as what we're planning as it's going to work out, this should work out and give you a huge damage increase. So my goal, I have a huge surplus, and what my goal is to get 6 stars on the new hero and then go for trinket. But if you are thinking ahead that you don't want the new hero for Cutthroat, I would go with the trinket first because you're going to get more benefit out of the trinkets for all your other heroes. Because the heroes only going to be good until you get them to 6 stars, and that's only going to be for one ship. But if you can add all that additional attack power and crit onto your other ships for your first mate tag, that'll work better, in my opinion. So if you have extra conjures, I would roll for trinkets first over the hero, in my opinion. I mean, you're going to get more stuff out of the trinkets that you can break down and upgrade all your other trinkets as well. So it's going to benefit you twice as much than just pulling for a hero. Go back to my main account. The new hero is going to be really good. I mean, he's still going to be good. But if you have like a maxed out Kojo, I mean, will he be better than Kojo? Yes. But will he make a bigger difference to, say, not get the trinkets? Maybe, maybe not. It'll take testing. And everyone's scenario is different, but I feel like the trinkets will be a better benefit. Yeah, my trinkets are not even like my trinkets aren't even like I have quite a few that are ascended, but I only have two trinkets that are 80, and those levels are going to go up again. Like I think I don't know what the next max level is. I don't know if it's 90 or 100. I'm guessing 100. So you're always going to need trinket stuff more than hero. I don't have my own Discord, but I try to help out anyone. It's in the official Discord, or you can always try to reach me out on here. But I don't have my own other Discord. Um, so yeah, like I said, all my hero trinkets that I have, the bones trinkets, are going to be all swapped out. Every single one of them. So I actually go back to my trinkets. So this one's going to get broken down and upgraded to send the one I'm going to get. This one's going to get broken down. So my goal is to get four of these. I need four of the new trinkets is my goal, which then these will be broken down, which will be able to ascend one of the other ones all the way up, which is the goal. And then my also goal is to get the new hero up to 6 stars, which I have the conjures to do it. The question is, will I have enough to get the trinkets as well? And then the week after, I need to get Wanda for the builds I want to do. Should I swap an 8-star Kojo with a 2-star? OBS, maybe. Uh, I really feel, I mean, just without even knowing and without being able to test it until a couple hours from now, I would say Kojo is probably better. I don't see why he wouldn't be, but I could be totally wrong, and his bonus, the new guy, could be better just flat out with just 2 stars from all his skills. But I doubt it because you won't get all his other skills that make him better. Um, so I really feel like without even zero testing, no knowledge of being able to, it would be I would say that Kojo is a better bet and a better play overall in the situation you are in right now. Like I said, the heroes can make a difference, but there's some heroes that just shine a lot more than others, and without testing them, I don't know. Like I said, like my maxed out Chi does worse than my couple star Kojo or my Sharky. Is she needed, or is her trinket needed? Yes and no. I don't have like mine for her, so I don't have her maxed. So I literally only have Adeline at 2 stars. But I can say, I'll show you something here. If you go to my messages slideshow, which I think this is the best Stormbringer build, by the way. Uh, hold on. Uh-oh. What's the report after this? So let me see. Oh, this will still work, I think, though. So right here, I think this is the best Stormbringer build that you can have in Season 2. And I'll show you. It does so much damage, and it has so much heals off the attack power. But I would say this is the best Stormbringer build. I'll let you guys look at that. He's rocking Blade of Freedom set on there with the Elixir Trinket, the attack power trinket, and Adeline's trinket. So this from all the testing we've done through all season 2 with Bedmen, or as we know him as John John, this outperformed anything we could come up against in setup for Stormbringer. This was the best setup for healing and doing damage. It was his best damaging ship for the whole season. Like, it just, the amount of healing that it did and the amount of damage it did outperformed any ship. So for season 2 and coming into season 3, I think that could be a viable way for the Stormbringer. I have some couple other options I want to test for my Stormbringer with Wanda and a couple different with her new trinket, and mostly make my Stormbringer a support ship. And I want to test the support ship as well. So, but right now for season 2, I think this was the best setup overall and outperformed all the other ships. Again, I'll show you again before I like it just, he used her trinket, which was maxed and at 80. Then he had the attack power one maxed with Tanaka. So he definitely had the dot damage, and he was also he was using the unique skill of the Fury one. So this was not the Stormbringer that you could buy. This was the one that he built, which had the extra rage for the heroes as well. Well, I'm glad I can help you. I mean, we do a lot of testing, especially between Slideshow and myself, and I wish we had more ways to test. Like, it's going to be more difficult to test now because Badman was on an opposite gang than us last season on our server, but now our gangs came together, so now we're on the same. So it's going to be harder to test in open waters against each other. The only thing we're going to have is like squad raids and the straights to test against other enemies. So it'll be a little bit harder to test. His Providence. Oh, he does use a Providence ship. Good catch. Look at you. Let me go back in there. Sorry. Go back in there. It was, it uses it on this one right here. Comparison. And that's his Providence ship. So he has a Sovereign set. He's using it as his artillery ship. So I think even go here. I mean, Slideshow uses Blade of Freedom, but I know he uses Sovereign on a lot of his ships as well. Like his Warhammer is using Sovereign set for more tankiness and survivability than over attack power. Oh, that's the same one. He's using Blade of Freedom and Sovereign on this one. Sovereign on this one as well. So he was going more of a different build with Sovereign and more survivability. But this is the Providence ship. I didn't use it. I don't have it upgraded. Never tested it. I was more curious of the ship. I think it's called the Primal Roar for season 3, which is the healing ship. So I definitely want to test that ship for my support ship over my Stormbringer. Jumbo, wonder how much we're gonna get stomped in season 3 start. What do you mean? We're not gonna get stomped. Who's gonna stomp us? The first region is just us. I mean, it's just gonna be the Arwals and the Unicorns. We get put in the same. We're not gonna have another gang, I don't think, in the same region as us. It's just gonna be our server in the first region. Then when the second region opens up, that's when we'll go against other gangs. What kind of confidence is that? How much are we gonna get stomped? do more straight class. Maybe. Is the game not going to let me do it? I guess I don't get to fight anybody anymore. The game says no. No more fighting. I can't fight anybody. Oh, Rock. Yeah. Well, we don't have to worry about Rock anymore. They're not who we're going against anymore. I really hope they add more stuff in here too. This is a cop out, or just continuously you get a free gang chest, which is great. I think you should get it, once you finish the stuff. But I think every season they should add more stuff. You know, give us gang buffs. Some amount of additional seasonal things to work on for the gangs. You know, or it's just really worthless. Hopefully when they add more features in the game, like I said, if they have added like bosses out in the regions, you know, have some more trees here where you can do more damage to PvE or squad raids or more attempts on something. Hopefully they add more there. Let's see, you got 4 more hours. Also, if you guys don't know, make sure you get your quest done before the Season 3 portal. You can't go through the breach unless you have this quest done up to this part where it tells you to enter the breach. So make sure you get that done when you can, or you won't be able to go through the breach. And make sure you have nothing in your inventory, because it won't let you go through the breach if you have stuff in your inventory. And it's like, if it's like the same way as the other time, it's like a queue system, so it only lets a certain people in right off the bat, and then you have to wait like 30 minutes to get through again. So make sure you're ready. I don't know why the game won't let me fight. Well, yeah, if you're gathering resources, but make sure, before you're about to go through the breach, to get rid of them. Don't forget that they're in there. Today's Thursday. I wonder if everyone can see that on the event. Can I send it out? I can. I created a new event. Yell at slideshow. Always yell at slideshow. Oh, it shows up in front of your screen too? What? That's cool. I don't know if you guys noticed too, they added a new frame, which is kind of interesting for the VIP people. I don't know when we're supposed to be able to get that, but they add a new frame in the game to go with your other frames. Did they add any more frames in? You contain the New Year countdown. Use this to. I didn't get that. Ooh, train. Odie of Nature. Oh, we get an Odie one. That's the Pirate King one. I didn't get the balloon one. Was it showing? Did you get the VIP people are the whales, like, slideshow? We can have the technically that frame, but we don't use it. Oh, the festive balloon one. I was having one of actually when I got rid of my frame, or no, I was using the Ahoy frame. For some reason, when I was typing all the time, it would just show like a purple square over my icon every time. It was weird, but like every time I typed in game, it would just show a purple box where my name would be. Oh, it was equipped for an event like a week ago or so, and then I unequipped it, and now it's locked. Did you? Huh? Yeah, I didn't do any of the balloon stuff for the skins or anything, or the trail, so I don't know, I never even had it or even tried for it. Ooh, socks coming up. Oh yeah, matchmaking, 4 hours and 18 minutes. Same time going into the new season. I'm not even gonna finish Lord of Seas today. I need these cigars though, really, really bad. The cigars are the biggest choke point going into season 3. Yeah, I would try. I'd put a ticket in, especially if you. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you had to do something special to get it during the when the skins were out for that event during that little carnival thing. So if you should have it, I would put a ticket in. Is the Sea of Conquest event fun for you? It's has its moments. I mean, we take advantage of how it works. If you drop your power, if the players, if you can kind of cheat, you can cheat it. So like when this matchmaking starts, right before it goes off, if your whole team lowers their power, you can go against weaker opponents. So 1 out of the 3 fights we've had, it's been either we've gone against nobody, or we had a fight that we just overwhelmed the team. But you can technically cheese the matchmaking by just lowering your power of your players. But it's okay. Could it be better? 100%. But for what it is, it's okay. It's something. It's better than nothing. I'm not gonna complain because it's something. But yeah, so if you're supposed to have that frame, I would just put a ticket in. Mm. I guess that button is gone now. Can't modify. But it's an okay event. I There's definitely worse things in the game. Construction Street, I got the 2. That's about to finish in 15 minutes. Showdown. So here's like these are the heroes. Are these the gangs that we're going against next season? And their powers compared to ours. So pretty even matchmaking, I feel like, for the next season. For like the top 5 gangs, I think we're pretty comparable. No one's that much. I mean, a couple 100 million power is not a big difference. It all comes on to activity. So you could have the power, but if you don't have the activity of players, you're not going to be good. No, a whale can be overwhelmed by multiple people being on and attacking at the same time. So, but I think the matchmaking did really good. I'm currently enjoying going against the top 3 gangs on my server. We are only 4 people. Dang. Oh, but you're brand new, so I understand that. So that makes sense. You're in a new season, or you're in a fresh season's fresh server. Um, but yeah, whales can be beat. Whales can definitely be beat. I wish I had footage to show you guys from the last time, but as long as you guys stay grouped up and you don't get carried away by chasing the guy out. A group of say like level 25 ships can beat a whale ship as long as you all stay stacked and attack at the same time against them. Numbers are far superior than whales. A whale can't take a good group of couple people. Our goal is to always pull you away, so you chase us, and then we just do a 1v1 against you and kill you one at a time. It's still tough. Oh, 100%. I mean, he's still going to kill you, some of you guys. But if you're chasing him and pulling you one away one at a time, he's going to kill a lot more of you and not use a lot less troops up. But he's gonna lose a lot more troops when you're all attacking him at once. But if you're attacking him one at a time, he's not going to lose those sailors. So after a while, it's going to be pointless, and you're just going to waste gems by replenishing your sailors, and then you're going to replenish so much that you can't replenish anymore. So after a time, you're going to beat him overall with the activity. So which is good. It's a good game mechanic, and I think that's how it should be. I think gang activity should be far superior than the person's wallet. But again, if there's 5 whales going against your 10 non-whales, it's definitely going to make a difference as well. You kind of would need like 30 non-whales to go against 5 whales. So, I mean, at a point, yes, it can still whales can definitely do a lot of damage, but activity will still always beat them. But again, people get frustrated and they'll log off because they just got killed. But best thing about this game is that like other games where you have to, you can spend a lot of money for troops and then your troops permanently die and then you have to replenish those troops before you can fight again. Where this game, pretty much every 24 hours, you can have all your troops back and fight again. And you don't lose anything. You don't have to pay money to get them back. You don't have to use a lot of resources. They keep you. They have the game mechanic in the game where it'll allow you to keep fighting. Now they just got to give us more reasons to fight to use those troops every day. But it's very free to play friendly in that aspect where you're going to get all your sailors back. Well, with Slide and John and Clown and myself and Jumbo, we're all set. Don't put yourself out there, man. We need you, Jumbo. Don't we all hate running out of troops? But it's a good mechanic. I mean, a whale can only be good as long as, he spends on, all the gems on his troops. And then once he finishes, because I think you can only refresh it 5 times a day. So if he's doing that multiple times a day or multiple times a week, that's a lot of gems just to fight a couple people. But it's also, like I said, it's also nice to get back your troops. Yeah, I've never played State of Survival, but if it is, that's great. But like I know other games aren't out like that, where you could lose millions of troops and then you have to use millions of resources to heal them, to even get any of them back, and you probably already lost like 10% of those troops, and that could have took you months to get just because of one whale hated you. Where that doesn't take you out of the fight, you just have to wait a day, which is great. don't know anyone else, but do y'all get a lot of Lesters? I know you get them pretty much right off the bat in season one, but man, I feel like I get way too many of them when I do my blue conch pulls. I always get them. Actually, I think I'm even sitting on. Yeah, I'm already sitting on 50 of his freaking puzzle pieces as well. So if I gotten them already again, yeah. State of Survival is like the other games where you can lose all your troops. Okay, yeah, that's what I knew. A lot of them were like that, but this game is not, which is nice, and it helps keep longevity of the game and keep you know a lot of people quit those kind of games, especially once they lose all their troops. Some whale came and took their whole gang out or gang, and then you have to start all over again, pretty much, or start on a new server where this will allow you to keep playing and you don't lose all your sailors and you just wait a day and you're back in the action. And that's why I don't know people get so mad. Like you kill them, for like a bounty or something like that, and they get mad they sunk, and it's like, okay, well, what did you really lose? Not a whole lot. You didn't lose resources really. You might have lost a couple from trading, okay, but then you also didn't really lose much sailors. I mean, you could still go fight. War and Order. I have not played War and Order. The only ones I've played in previous, there was one I can't remember that had like dragons. Well, Call of Dragons I have played, and Rise of Kingdoms, which is their older game. And there was another one I played. I can't remember what it was, but no, I've never played War and Order. Yeah. Okay. So there are other people that do get Lester. Yeah. He's good. Lester's very good for trials, and that's about it. His stun for trials or rogue rumble is very good, but besides that, and his AOE alt is good, but everything else he's not that good. Ooh, 800k bounty. Someone must have got it or something happened. I want an 800k bounty. I have 2-star Ahab. Took me 2 months of playing. Ahab has been a struggle for me. I'm actually using my Voyage of Four Seas to get more of them. Him and Cordelia are the heroes that I really want to use, and they have been a super struggle for me. I've had to use pretty much the last 2 stars here. I've had to use the scrolls that I get from PvP from the Straits and the Rumble to get them. You pretty much have used my scrolls on him and Sharky. I have no luck at getting them. Barnacle, I just started getting. I only had one pull on Barnacle all of season one and probably half of season two. I was not getting, which is fine. I wasn't going to use them, but I could have. But since I didn't have them, I didn't go. I didn't try to build around them. So yeah, I had no luck. I know some people got him all the time, and he looks awesome. He's like one of the better looking heroes out of all of them. But I just never got enough of them to make a build around him. And like I said, this season I didn't pull her, which was probably a mistake. She's really good. Adeline is very, very good, which I showed off a build for. I just did not. I went for other heroes and mostly trinkets. I went hard on trinkets because I knew trinkets were good power, and I pushed my stargazing. My stargazing is pretty high, so I finished season one stargazing. That's all done to get my buffs, which are huge, and then season two, I'm almost done. It's gonna take a while though. These are all the remaining ones I have to do are all like these are all 5 days at least 5 days, and by the time I'm done, it's gonna be 1,000,000 gold per one. But the buffs it gives is huge, especially the last one. The +3 damage, flat damage overall is huge, and the damage reduction is huge. Stargazing is really good power. Very, very good power. Bones rank 5 for me. Really need to get to rank 6. True. I mean, any hero up to rank 6 is great, and anything after that, it's very minimal power increase or gains that you're going to get for the cost. But if you can get them, any hero to 6-star, that's where you're going to get all their potential out of. And then after that, I think trinkets are more important, and then stargazing. Uh, it comes down to what you like overall power. If you're trying to get like, you know, real power. I mean, power is like the full power. 53 million. That means nothing. Where you can actually see your unfortunately can't show, but if you go to your straights, they're like, all right, right here, this is your actual real power of your ships. Is this power right here? The other power is just everything, of your cabin's power and the workers you have in there. But this is your real power for all your ships. So if you want real power for your ships, yes, stargazing is where you want to go. That and trinkets is where you're going to get all your power from and make your ships actually stronger. Where if you're trying to just push power and have a strong, a bigger flagship for a little bit more health for cabins, it's not worth it. For upgrades, I mean, I try to focus on what's going to upgrade my flagship, but I said at level 34 probably for a week. I could upgrade to 35. I just chose not to, and I was just focusing on these other ones. I think the biggest priority, I think it's this one, right? Let's go to upgrade the captain quarters. I think the captain quarters is one of the most important um, cabins because the lethality is how many sailors you killed. So it'll make the more lethality you have, the more you're going to kill the opposite your opponent's sailors. So the more you kill their sailors, the less they can fight back at you. So I think this is huge and it upgrades your sailors. So the captain quarters is probably priority to me, and then the next one I think is the next one is the counter of that, which is where how much your crew can be healed and treated. So the more you can get healed, the less you can get back in the fight. So I think that's a top priority as well. And then I think this one's sailor. Like the enlistment quarters should upgrade your sailor capacity. So the more sailors you have, I mean, so I think those are like the major ones. And then same thing with the crew quarters where it's going to give you better HP on your sailors and survivability. So really, these four, or these four are pretty much the top priority in my opinion. This is where you're going to get more power and benefits than all the other cabins. I mean, of course, you need stargazing upgraded. You only need to upgrade your stargazing if you're trying to upgrade your flagship, or you've already gotten to the point where you can't do stargazing anymore, and that's when you should upgrade your stargazing. How do you prioritize upgrades? That's how I do that. You are double my power. If am I double your overall power, or am I double your tack ship power? So where I was just showing you under here, your real attack power of your ship. Let me find Jumbo. Let me look. I can show you. We can compare each other. Let's see if you're in chat. I want to see. I should do it to gang. Oops. Come on. So season development, we're the same. Ship parts, I'm beating you on ship parts, but not too far off. Stargazing, you could use some improvement on stargazing for sure. Hero strength, I have you doubled, but ship strength and cabin strength. So yeah, I got you beat. Have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out and talking. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself and I answered a lot of your questions. But it's kind of cool. We kind of give you really where comparing. It's kind of cool right here. You can kind of see where you compare to that person that they implemented in. Jumbo, I feel like you need Barnacle from your avatar. I think it's like a must. You have to have Barnacle in your lineup if you're going to rock that avatar. But I think I'm going to log off for now and before the season 3 starts. But then I can be back on later to do my conj polls and everything, and I'll record all that so you can kind of see how RNG treats me, which will be terrible probably, and then we'll get stuff done. That's my day 1 avatar. Meh, so is mine. But yeah, I feel like you need Barnacle to keep that avatar on. But thanks everyone who joined, and I'm glad. I hope I can help the people I did. And we'll be doing this again. I don't know exactly what day, but I'll try to help out when I can. Y'all have a good rest of the day, and I'll be back on later. And see you in season 3.